3, 2, 1, 0. Clap.
Animation will usurp the existence of this one. The time strain will branch. The branches will crumble.
Hey, you do that, Ted.
Tabula rasa. Wild cards.
Batman and Harley Quinn.
Wait,
The flutes.
go back. I see an opportunity.
Wait.
To a woman, a girl,
I remember I wrote it as a window, a boob window, and Matty was like, one line too far. Like, just leave it one line. It's better this way.
Yeah.
features in the DC universe. Power Girl stands on the cover among the world's greatest heroes.
And the Joker?
Surely that is a miscalling of the creeper, Jack Ryder.
Surely. And don't call me Shirley.
I stand in the artist alley at the Emerald City Comic Con at the
That's
I
actual
did do
footage
that.
of all three of us at the Comic Con.
I'm in conversation with Adventures in the DCU artist John Delaney. He explains the comic's intentional space occupation. It does not
So Manhattan split from Ted post ECCC 2019.
The motivation is questionable. The product
So Ted is canon to Dr. Manhattan, but Dr. Manhattan is not necessarily canon to Prime Ted.
I suppose, yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Something
You
like
both
that.
lived the same life up until a certain point.
Up until a point.
continuity nature. The animated universe begs for structure. It cannot
Find a foothold.
Now, the 13th issue. Power Girl's among the Justice League as if this is the norm. There's no explanation for her presence. There's no joining of her origin with that of this universe's Supergirl. There is no answer. She is joined by Animal Man.
Zatanna's eyeballs aren't being boiled. There is no answer.
No answer.
I must know why. I am several months earlier, September 4th, 2004. What was once my parents' living room has all
Now I'm filming an HD TV because it's
Oh.
in widescreen time. Widescreen
right.
TV time.
as if looking not at me but through me. I cannot see his face, but surely he must be smirking.
It's smirking, but it sounds like smoking.
Smirking.
Surely he
Smoke.
must be smoking.
He's smoking
Maddie.
and they're the helmet.
She is real.
Did you guys find Nightwing yet? Nope. Sorry, Nicholas.
August 14th,
There he is. Nope, sorry. There he is. There he is immediately.
a diner, a waitress, a menu item. The Power
Bigger
Girl
Doomsday
is
has a
on
page
combo.
now.
She has reawakened. She was never there. She was always there. Time is both cyclical and an illusion in tandem.
I am beginning to. How's the saying go? Lose it.
I cannot put words.
I really appreciated your acting in this one too, Ted.
Hey, I
This
try-
is
I
the
try
start
my
of
best.
Manhattan. Like Manhattan is peak Ted acting, I think.
Crumbling nightmare. The glue that holds the DC animated
We were all on our A game for the courtroom.
Yeah, that's true.
war in the hands of a child. My hands.
My hands, actually.
Yeah, those are your hands.
On the floor.
Yeah, there's a shot near the start of this of me presenting Modern Masters Bruce Timm at a counter, and then the guy behind the counter
Yeah.
going like, no, 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 and then me
Right.
handing the card. That's me as your hands, and then the guy that owns the Video Horizons video store
Oh.
here doing the no,
Is that
no,
there?
no. 'Cause I just needed like a counter with a card machine and
My
stuff.
regret.
My regret. Oh no. Here
Well,
he is.
there he is. Mr. Hattedness.
It is time.
It is.
It is time for COVID to delay everything. That's exactly what happened. That's what you were
That's what
you were saying
happened.
it about.
So
Yeah.
wait, Dr. Manhattan created COVID. You heard it here.
Yeah. Yep, definitely one of the more favorite edits of mine, I think. It's very artsy and it's very different from our normal stuff.
Yeah. I was trying to see when it came out.
I think February 2020, I want to say.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
yeah,
literally right
End
before
of February.
COVID.
Yeah, it was right before
Wow.
things started locking down. Yep.
Amazing.
And we're like, okay, well, we can get past these 2 weeks of lockdown and do the
Yeah, just or
Go
a
to
month
the-
of lockdown. Or,
Yeah, this is fine.
2 years later.
Yeah. Okay, we got Dekamu 2. Dekamu 2, go.
To Kemu 2. All right, everybody, I'm out.
Oh, okay. Bye,
I'm just
Ted.
jumping in for the Manhattan stuff.
Well, you could you'll be back soon, I guess. Then.
Sooner than later.
Yeah.
So you're doing DeCamu 2.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
DeCamu 2, and then we're gonna skip the BTAC holiday special because it's not. There's
But
nothing.
we've got the BTAC
Yeah.
Will It Canon, some multiverse
bookends.
stingers,
Yeah.
and then the triple finale.
The triple finale.
The triple finale.
So I guess we'll tell you soon when we're back.
I'll be back for the finale.
It'll probably only be like, oh, you're only gonna come back for that one. That's fine. That's okay. Well, I'll let you know.
Fun though.
Come back at the end of or for Poison Ivy. You show up at the end.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna do the
I
bookends
do
on
show
that.
up for the end of Poison Ivy. Well, I want to thank the 20-something people in the stream right
29.
now for hanging out
Yeah.
in here.
Only Ted wants to thank you for that. We
Only
could
you,
care
yeah.
less.
I want to thank you as well. I'm just busy grabbing some more thumbnails to get ahead of the game. Like
Well, y'all are killing it.
Oh yeah.
This has some 24-hour live stream kind of vibes.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna
Sure
get there
does.
eventually.
No. No.
I can't afford to. My wife will kill me.
Yeah.
Same.
Well, good luck.
All right. See
With
you,
the marriage.
Ted. Bye.
Bye.
You have to leave, Ted. We're staying here. There we go. Okay. Let's go. Let's do it. DeCamu 2, go.
I'm equipped with a built-in credit card.
Oh, thank you, Levi.
As much money as I need.
See you later, Ted.
They try not to put a date on anything.
But you found dates on a lot of things.
I know. I don't know
So this was
how to explain it.
like the first story video we released in COVID, I think.
Yes. And
we
it was a
didn't-
long time between them.
What the?
And we didn't know what to do
This was 4 months later. Yeah.
other like outside of building towards the end that we had already had, because we had the three videos like already set up. We were
Yeah.
gonna do Multiverse, we were gonna do Poison Ivy, we were gonna do Batman and Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
We wanted to have those done at the end of 2019. We wanted to have them done early 2020.
So what's happening now? What is this?
But this is when we finally decided to commit to Zeta Month.
You are looking at a Zeta POV 2 years ago video.
Inside of Earth J.
Yep.
Whenever we redid the DeCamu, we realized pretty immediately that these robots from Wonder Woman Bloodlines had
Looked
Zeta,
like Zeta,
aspects
yeah.
to them. And we were just like, all right, fuck, that's the place we put them in.
And I'm pretty sure James Tucker confirmed that that's what they're supposed to look like. The Zeta. The Zeta.
By now, most of you are probably aware that Justice League
And
Dark
let's just book it.
I was gonna say we could skip
because we
most of
did a
this.
whole did a whole DeCamu
laid out in
timeline.
this video, all the way from 2013's Flashpoint Paradox up until this year's Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Some of you may
This
feel
year.
the need to point out that we glossed over Batman Assault on Arkham, but
So that means the Zeta referring to Apocalypse War as this year means that this is in 2020.
Which is Arkham Asylum.
so
Is that right?
Well, it's
some
June
other
2020 that the
comments
video
below.
came out.
Yeah,
So.
I
Which
guess so.
one of the DC AMU movies do you enjoy the most? Personally, I'm a big fan of Apocalypse
Oh, here
War,
we go.
Sea of Demons, and
You recognize that sound? I put it at the end of the Batman Harley Quinn trailer.
Yeah, they found the smut box, which is filled
got
with
dirt
filled
in
with
it?
smut. It's filled with smut. And then here's Jay calling us for
the timeline battle.
the timeline battle we just did.
Or I guess the video right before that leading up to it, but yeah.
And so here's
Conditions. We have no idea what to expect on the other end of this call. Right, on my way.
On my way.
like always felt
Yeah.
like that one was gonna give up
So
the game.
obvious. Yeah, to us anyway. Like, oh, a robot POV and then a green light as it transitions to showing that it's like a version of me or whatever.
Talking with my voice.
Yeah, we figured that would be like, oh no, that'll be
with
too much
with
of a
the
giveaway.
Zeta smut box.
Yeah. But I remember we played that on the 24-hour stream and it was all over, and I think it was Bob that was like, and now I've seen it all again and I still have no idea what's going on. What is it? What's the next one? Is it Harley?
After that was Batman: The Adventures Continue. Will it canon?
Yes.
Which continues our Zeta setups. Actually,
It does.
Because so our entire story is still stuck in 2019, at least on the Prime Universe side of things.
Yes.
And as a result, we were just like, how the fuck do we do a BTAC? Will it canon? And we realized if the Zetas are in the future in another timeline and like they're digital, they
would have BTEC for sure.
Yeah, they would have BTAC and they can communicate with Data James when they get into our universe.
Yeah. So we have the green text talking to me. They're like the text is referring to itself as like in a plural form, and then at the end of this, I'm allowed to leave the program, or Data James is allowed to leave the program, and we have a couple hints in the videos to follow of like, well, if you weren't typing to me, then who was it? Kind of a deal like that. So trying to lay the little seeds for like
the
here they come. Yeah.
It's finally time to talk about Teen Titans. Cartoon Network series Teen Titans.
Beep.
Bong.
Previously on the Watchtower Database.
Yeah, we always had Ted do the previously voice.
It's just going to be filled with too many errors. But here's the kicker. Dorian's assistant is none other than Abel Kubiak.
Okay, but will it canon?
I don't have time for this. We can't make
See,
this
like
two
this,
videos in one
showing
right
this at
now.
the same
I've
time,
got
like
to
this
send
is
out
really
my
cool.
Justice League versus the Fatal 5 timeline notes in time.
So the movie must be set in 2015. Mattie, I figured it out. Mattie?
Recapping what you've already been watching all day, but it helps you remember where we are. And I always like the previously segments too. They're fun to edit.
Programmed, predetermined, like I'm a rat in a maze.
Starting with this one, it was really
all
fun to be
a lie.
like,
A mistake.
oh, finally all the pieces are coming together, like that had been strewn around through 6 different, timelines and universes and stuff.
Yeah, originally this was gonna be a Justice League Doom video. Was our idea for getting James out of the computer, but Batman: The Adventures Continue just ended up making a lot more sense.
It was timely, and it still allowed us to do what we wanted to do. Yeah.
And we already had a bunch of notes done because we did all those coverage videos.
And that's also the reason why that Data James goes through so many YouTuber impersonations, is so that it's not just retreading the exact same
5/9/2019 still.
Not the exact same information again in the same way.
Feet.
Data feet.
So how did you manage to do the special effects of having feet?
I just took my shoes and there they were.
Impressive. Not many people these days in the industry have the gall
they don't think about that.
to take those risks.
James. For real
yeah.
though, this was all filmed in my living room against my pop-out 4 foot wide, 6 foot tall green screen.
In the black space.
Yes.
Didn't we talk about
We
having
did,
a competing white space, black space thing?
Yeah. I mean, the idea in general was just I'm just in it. I'm still in here, but the program's not going or whatever. But yeah, having a kind of idea of the white space was a digital space versus just this, unexplainable outside the story region.
I think we ended up not going with that though. But it was definitely something we talked about for a little while.
Yeah.
It's so cool to just see them all together.
You can heart canon that future Data James also had no shoes on, yeah.
What is all this?
Future Data James was Data James Earth J though.
Yeah, but so you can have no shoes.
That's true. I'm just saying.
What is going on?
I'm just
I thought I
saying
had
this one
figured
not having
out.
shoes wouldn't necessarily.
That was my
yeah.
way out of this prison.
Obviously, all of this is a Matrix reference. Follow the White Rabbit, all that stuff.
Quit being so cryptic.
What the hell? How do I get free? Just tell
Anyway,
me what, to
what
do.
James is trying to say is Batman: The Adventures Continue. Will it canon is a trans metaphor?
It could
Hello?
I don't know that.
be. It wasn't on purpose. There is a little bit of that in stuff coming up that I won't spoil, but
No, I can't do
The
this.
Harley Quinn video?
no.
I won't do this.
Stuff that hasn't
I
come
won't
out
be
yet.
forced into this canon charade ever again. You can't control me.
This is Adam music. I think all the rest of them have Adam
It
music.
lies beyond your time. Do you accept our terms? Yes, yes.
E.
For energy.
Pure energy.
Or Enter the Matrix
Yeah.
on PS2.
I was also pretty happy with this little chunk here.
Yeah, what was... Like, did you... Is any of this physical at all?
Nope. Those are all animated in.
The can runneth over. The future has taken root in the present. The door swings both.
You see?
That was an incredible effect. Like, I'm glad that you popped that in there to just like...
He's having future info downloaded into him. He's kind of cycling between ages there.
The ones and zeros.
Yeah. And just in case this looked green screened, because I no longer lived in that apartment, we just say it's part of the deal. The Teen Titans disc is still on that counter there, or on the table. This turned out better than I expected here too, with the clothes switching so quickly.
No, not the freaking kitchen. I got it.
This is Kaysen Piliad. We had him on the 24-hour stream.
Welcome
He does
back,
custom
everybody, to another
action
episode of
figure
the show
stuff.
that I have up until now
And he
digitally
has the
presented
like
via programming
TNBA
code that rewrites my
Batcave
free
model
will
kit
and
or whatever.
necessitates my very
And I asked him
own
if he could just take a
will
couple
canon.
of photos of it with like cool
right.
cinematic
I said the name
lighting
of the show right.
that I could use for this, rather than trying to
But,
find a good
anyway,
screenshot
apparently
without
by the year
Batman sitting there
2020,
and like
we will
make
see
it
the
from
release
scratch
of
and
a
all this
comic book
stuff. So that was
series by
really
the name
kind of him to
Batman:
do
The
for
Adventures
this.
Continue.
It helped a
Now,
lot.
I'm still sorting through all the information, but from the looks of it, right up front, this comic series raises a lot of questions. As I understand it, this series came on the heels of those Adventures Continue
After we get past
action
this part,
figures
I'll
we were
probably
hearing
just
so
skip
much
to the
about.
end.
Figures that took familiar DC Comics characters who had
Oh, you
never
don't wanna do
appeared in
any of the,
Batman the Animated
We
Series
could,
or
it's
the
up
DC
to you,
animated
it's your
universe
time.
at all, and wrapped a
Let's do
Bruce
the
Timm
canoning.
style skin around him that
Okay,
let us all
I'll let
ponder,
it get past the
what if
intro
they
here.
did? These were all originally supposed to come paired with custom-made biographies written by BTAS writer and producer Paul Dini
See,
to
he
further
says
explain each
BTAS.
character's potential within DCAU continuity. Though folks waited and waited for these figures to be released, they were ultimately held back for unknown reasons. Until those reasons became more understandable, the company intended to release a full-fledged comic book
Oh, yeah,
series to tie
that's
in
also,
with the toys. A comic that would,
The green
for all
screen that I
intents
have
and
has a
purposes,
blue
act
side to
as an
it, so I
official
used that because of the
continuation
green
of Batman the Animated Series,
apron,
or more
but totally forgot how
accurately,
Mr.
its
Freeze
sequel
is
cartoon,
blue
The
on the
New
shirt.
Batman
So every
Adventures.
time you see Mr. Freeze, every time you see, you can tell right now that his blue areas are see-through. I was not going to try to fix it.
The universe it spawned continued at full strength well into the
So it
2000s
is.
with shows like Superman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, Static Shock, the Zeta Project.
Zeta Project
Justice
glitches
League,
out
and
there for a
Justice
second
League
because the
Unlimited,
Zetas are
as well
controlling
as
the...
movies, Mystery
No,
of the
you're in
Batman
complete
and
control.
Return
Oh, yeah,
of the
whoops.
Joker. And although there was quite the DCAU-less gap of time that followed JLU's finale in 2006, we still got smatterings here and there, like 2014's Batman Beyond short by the late Darwin Cook, 2016's Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures comic run, and 2017's Batman and Harley Quinn film. Which
Batman and Harley Quinn.
Something tells me I'm supposed to have some strong opinions about whether or not that thing is canon. Ow! Okay, off limits for now. Jeez. And then, of course, this year's Justice League versus the Fatal Five.
Hey guys, I think while Maddie's gone, it would be really funny if everyone shit their pants. I think that'd be a really funny prank. If when they came back, we'd all just shit our pants. Don't you guys think that would be really funny? I think so.
All this to say,
they're coming.
The powers that be keep coming back to the DC animated universe. It's a tried and true money-making guarantee at this point. Not only does it have the nostalgia factor for those who grew up with the franchise, but it continues to stand the test of time. It's timeless, if you will. So since recent
I did the Batman and Harley Quinn where I reach for it and it zaps me.
Pretty well with previously established continuity, with decades of history at its back, and a creative team who made names for themselves through the DC.
There's no questioning at this point whether we are past the part that we know where we're going with the story. Like, we're locked into this now.
If I can just snap my fingers and change this place around as I please, I'm gonna have some fun this time.
God, these were so fun. Like,
and everybody gave me their like fonts and logos and stuff, so it was really easy. It was pretty cool.
The nature of continuity surrounding Batman,
the mug
in the mug. Yeah.
That was a gag that I feel like I gave to Drake and he just didn't use it. So I was like, all right, James, use it.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome.
No, he had
talk about canon, and my name
been using different mugs every video, and then I think you said the joke about like you should just show up with mug root beer next time, and then he did, and then like, okay, now do a mug in a mug, and then he never did, so then I did it in this one.
Let's dive in. Now,
also just trying to get his like cadence down for this. But yeah, let's skip through this a bit. Just get a little bit of each person as a fun thing. There we go.
In a February 2020 article on DC Comics website teasing upcoming story.
Owen is one of the best comic tubers.
Yeah.
Like, hands
series
down.
writer Alan Burnett.
I remember he said after watching this on the live stream, he said, like, damn, you did me better than I do me. Now what am I supposed to do? Which I disagree with. But I like saying Superman. Superman.
Set in this seminal animated world,
Batman, Superman.
We can buy
There we
or
go.
even the
I know some of these were
the cartoons.
It's Batman, and he's back because he never left.
The sky is blue, then red, then blue again, then red again. Have you even seen the sky on the show?
I'll skip to the end of this as well. Watch out for Zeta. There's Zeta coming up.
His armored suit, so why does he even need to transport with an airplane?
Dude, there's Zetas all over the screen.
That is. Ellie saw that and was just like, Zeta's coming. Zeta, this is the thing.
Yep.
And it was just like,
yep, see, there's Zeta symbols everywhere.
And it was just like, how
we're making it so obvious.
How is this the one?
So you have a comic book series for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's a continuation of the 90s Batman cartoon with some of the same writers from the show and the artist from its tie-in comic. Oh, so it's going to pick up right where the cartoon left off?
I also had to like,
it's sort of ambiguous.
Depending on who I was going to, the order I filmed these in had to have the most to least amount of facial hair also.
Justice League cartoon and say this is all still within the first year Robin is Robin. Well, that sounds like a complicated mess. Going to be pretty hard to keep track of what characters to use. Like who's already had their origin story and who's alive and who's dead and all that. Actually, it's going to be super
having a
easy.
good evening.
Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? See, we're just going to never talk about it and ask the audience to be okay with stretching an already 2
It was also like chance circumstance that I have the same glasses that he does in those videos, so it's already the right glasses.
I am the boss, and don't you forget it. I can't forget, because unlike the pretense of actual pitch meetings videos, we are literally the same person.
Oh yeah, this one doesn't work as well.
Whoops.
Whoopsie.
Batman fights a giant robot that he figures out is connected to Lex Luthor, who fights him in a big green suit of armor that fires lasers.
Which,
So that
again,
means
the
episode of
copying
Justice League
ability
got
from,
What?
for
Lex
future
also has a
Data James
Brainiac
video,
head
the
that
Earth
he had
12.
a robot steal from Wayne Enterprises earlier.
Why did Wayne Enterprises have a Brainiac head?
Well, we're gonna say that Superman fought
Take
Brainiac in
note,
space
Data James
recently
can
and
make
gave the
copies
head
of
to Batman for
himself.
science and stuff.
Is it the same time we've already seen Superman fight Brainiac in an episode of his cartoon? I don't know. Okay, yeah. So Batman gets his butt kicked and goes and gets his own big suit of armor.
I still
out of
can't
the
believe I
Batcave.
caught
A
on the
big
Zeta
suit of
Project
armor we've never seen
foreshadowing, but
before and
only
could have
in
been
this
helpful
video
in
and
Yeah. Forgot you were in here. Hey.
confront the robot, and it turns out Superman was being held captive inside of it and bursts out with a big heat vision.
Ah!
Oh, wow.
So they cart Lex off to prison or something, and that's the entirety of the first story.
A bit iffy already and kind of anticlimactic for how much we're going to build up the series beforehand, wouldn't you say?
Well, that's just the surface level. See, there's a mysterious stranger
Big
who's lurking
Oystein
around
says,
in the pages of
"LOL,
every
this just
issue,
psyched me out.
cryptically
I have a
referring to his
pitch
past.
meeting
and
paused
set up
in
a
another
finale.
tab.
A mysterious stranger whose clothing and silhouette look exactly like the Jason Todd action figure?
Yeah, we're just gonna lean into the fact that the reader knows the reveal is
I
coming,
bought a
and not worry
tweed
too much about
suit
establishing
jacket
the
from
mystery.
Goodwill
You mean like
just
the
for this
basic
bit.
story element that made Mask of the Phantasm, Return of the Joker, and dare I say it, Mystery of the Batwoman intriguing puzzles for the audience? I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about the storytelling of this comic, sir. We're making this to sell toys.
Oh, okay.
Wait, let me stop you right there. Why is that?
Well, I feel like the people who watch these videos might be getting a little sick of the repetitive YouTuber satire and just want the straight facts.
Now I missed the part where that's my problem. That means,
Well, I suppose we should transition this into the next segment, huh?
yeah, it was fun while it lasted.
Was it?
It was for me, anyway.
That's all that matters. Are we still talking about this bit or the adventures continue? You tell me. I will not.
Subscribers regret asking for another
Greetings,
episode.
canon lovers. Welcome back to Casually Canon, where we
Oh,
talk all
jeez.
things canon from movies.
I was
to
really
comics,
worried
books,
that this
to
one would
wherever
wind up
our words
offensive,
take
but
us.
then when I
Placement of
emailed the
Batman
link
The
to
Adventures Continue
Sasha,
within the already
she
established
had
timeline
had
of the
good
DC
things to
animated
say.
universe
So
is one of the most important
I was
aspects of
happy.
analyzing
People
its
also
animated
like this is the
significance,
most
but it's
obviously
also
green
pretty
screened
difficult
one.
to
Like
nail
the,
down.
every
The
edge
creators
of
of this
me
comic
is so
themselves
fuzzy
have
and
only
bad because I
divulged a
filmed this at
handful of
nighttime with
statements
the
regarding
worst
where they
lighting
feel it
ever.
makes the most sense
And
to
I was
have
just
them.
thinking
Artist
like,
Mike
okay,
Templeton
so
clarified that
clearly I'm in
Tim
front of a
Drake
green
as
screen.
Robin.
But then like
This
a
series
handful
takes
of
place
people
before the
commented on
events
this
of the
video being
flashback
like,
from Return of
it's
the Joker,
really
but
almost
that doesn't tell us
creepy
too
how
much.
well you
Considering
set up
DCAU
the background to
producer
look
Wayne
exactly
Duffy has
like
gone
the
on
room
record
that
saying
Sasha
that
sits
flashback
in.
more or less
And I'm like,
always
it is
takes
that
place
room.
before
She
the
sent me a
story.
picture
Issue
of it.
number
It's
one of
not.
BTAC
Why would
described by Paul Dini as acting as a
But yeah,
semi-sequel
obviously
to
I'm
the
wearing
Batman Superman
my wife's
crossover
clothes
episode
here, and I'm
World's
wearing a
Finest,
wig that I
which
bought
adds to a
on
whole list of quotes regarding the
JeffBezos.com.
comics placement being theoretically right
And
after
Jessica
the
did
new
my makeup
Batman
also.
Adventures. Familiar with the Batman of the
Yeah, let's skip through to the next one.
Armor, ship of in
Man, adventures continue.
with chicken side squats.
With chicken
Or
side
Uncle Furker
squats.
has dismissed his own comics.
I'm doing the
Most
little
dead is super
trying to
sane,
copy the
like
same
he's been
style
shown
as everybody
also,
was a lot of fun, like
Karl
editing
Malone
style
playing
too,
for
not just the
Lakers
graphics and
earlier than the real
everything.
Karl Malone did. And with
Oh no, Karl Malone!
really throws a
Oh
crowbar
shit!
in
Report of the
things.
week.
And yes, that is a segue.
Hello, everyone. This is Running on Empty, Robin Review.
This is the most pointless part of the whole video, but it is a good
Robin
one.
Review. I'm sitting here in the Walmart parking lot where I have just purchased this action figure. I've already taken him out of the box, never removed from box, as they say, but I just had to get a closer look at this guy. This is Jason Todd from the Batman The Adventures Continue line. This is a new line from DC Direct. They take memorable DC Comics characters and put them in the animated style. And
Coral says
I have to say, this guy has me really intrigued.
as Sasha.
Normally when I review Robin,
Levi said
Thank you.
Adventures
I like
Continue
to stick
Season
to
1, the best
animated
DCAU
style
comic.
Oh
it
yeah,
started in
You
to
know what?
begin with, so
I-
like this
I
crime
think-
fighter
I think he's
Robin
legit
with
about
Red
that,
Wing
though.
Skyfighter and
Maybe.
Mirror Image Decoder, for
I think-
instance. This came out in the 90s, just
I know
like the
he likes
cartoon,
it.
But now they've brought this animated franchise back.
I could not get my hair
And,
slicked back as much as it needed
I'm
to
not
be,
gonna
but
Yeah,
it is still.
It's a franchise I always look forward
I
to
put
seeing
like a
return.
ton of
But
gel in
their
it.
choices for it never cease to perplex.
There are very few people who
I still have no clue what this is.
Oh, he does a lot of like science YouTube videos.
It's a
Tom
fantastic
Scott.
film
with solid writing. Very there were series.
It's good stuff.
Batman
These ones were
Adventures.
shorter because I had to do that whole thing in one take, just like
Welcome
he
back
does.
to the Will It to Canon show. It is Thursday,
Will It to Canon.
2019, and let's just jump into it. Now, first up, let's talk about how Jason Todd's inclusion in this universe
He does this
completely
same
upends the
like
time gap between
move
Batman
a
the
lot.
Animated Series and the new Batman Adventures. While
Yeah.
Batman
The same
Adventures
like
last
lean
year showed
forward
us
and do
850
this,
days
and we're
passing
talking
between
about
Dick
this.
Grayson quitting
I had to like
Robin in
study
1997
everyone's
and Tim Drake
mannerisms.
becoming the new Robin. There have been conflicting reports from the creative team about the actual amount of time. Many times we've gotten a definition.
Yeah, I
of
mean
2
that's the
years,
beautiful
including
thing
this
about
Paul
art,
Dini
though,
interview from
Levi,
the
is like
Starlog
everyone
magazine in
can just like
1997.
different
Now, you would think Paul
things,
Dini would be on
different
top of this,
amounts,
being
and
master
like
commander
stuff
of the
can
overall
land
timeline,
with
seeing
other
as how in the
people
letters to the editor of the final
in
issue of
different
Batman and Robin
ways.
Adventures in December of that year,
And
editor
that's
Scott
something
Peterson
that
wrote,
like we
working in
always
conjunction
wanted
with Paul
to
Dini,
like
one of the
get
animated
across
show's
in
producers,
these.
we
I
came
feel
up with a
like.
chronological timeline of when and where things happened. And yet, on that same page, he explains the new
Also,
episodes
the
of
background
animated
of this
series took
one,
place
I was
about
like,
3
oh, there's got to
years
be
after the old
a Philip
episodes.
DeFranco
Paul Dini
video
doubled
where
down on this
he's like
angle
not in front of the
1998
background.
book Batman Animated, stating for
And there
nearly
just
3
wasn't,
years
but
taken
somebody
about
on
his
his
own,
Reddit
traveling
had
the world,
the
not unlike the
background.
way
Like I just
Now,
Google
folks,
image
the
search like
adventures
Philip
continue. We
DeFranco
learn that
background, and
in
it came
4
up,
years
and it
since
wasn't the
Jason
current
Todd's
background. It
office
was like his
left the
original
hands of
background or
Joker,
something
which
like
would be
that.
during
But I'm
the
like,
lost
this
years.
is fine.
This is not his
Works
original
pretty
background.
all
No,
right,
you're right. That
considering
was like the
lost years really
blue
was 3
Yeah,
years.
one.
this is an
45
old
days
one.
longer
Yeah,
than
but it's
the
not.
comics.
It's somewhere in the
And we're
middle.
almost
Yeah.
a year after that time period here. Well, I think you can add 3 plus 1. But when you take everything else on the DC
I can't,
timeline
I
into consideration, there are some definite concerns.
What's going on?
I pitched this idea, and it was so fucking funny.
I put the least amount of effort into the costume on this one because I didn't feel like it deserved it.
I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed that it's just more.
Yeah, Mattie
woke
wrote this segment.
garbage.
It's hilarious
Doing
because
your
like they're
childhood.
actually like coming
I know.
after Bruce Timm and shit
Who
like
could
that
have
now.
Right,
Like
yeah.
this whole
seen
crowd.
Jason Todd being put into the DCAU as a problem, but really, this whole series is just created to pander to woke SJWs about gun control. It's right from the very first issue.
I love
Jason
the
Todd
porn is
was
bad.
the
This is
bad
not
guy.
porn.jpg.
It's so much funnier in retrospect when he leaked his fucking browser history
yeah.
and like had forced cream pie in the.
I forgot about that. Oh my
It's all
god.
just liberal.
Yeah, I was
garbage.
just doing because he
It's
always
anti-military,
has
it's
that
anti-gun.
in the
It's
bot.
like
Like
they look at the
every
fact that
video
the
I
only
was
thing
checking
that's
for
not a bad
reference,
guy with a
there
gun
was
is
just
a
like
good
a
guy with a
series
gun
of
and say,
random
"Nah,
downloaded images at the
Batman
bottom.
can
And I'm
stop
like,
him too.
why would
I
you
know it's
keep
being
that
rewritten
in
to the guys
there?
from the
So it's
original
just
show, but they
porn is
never
bad.
put
Definitely not
politics
porn.
in
Not
that.
porn at all.
They're just sold out to appease the mob so they don't get canceled. It's a shame that every piece of entertainment
I also
that's come out
recorded
since I took
this
that media literacy
nowhere near
course
a
in
computer.
college
The my
is just
face
right
part.
Wait.
virtue
Go
signal
back. I need
they
that.
don't
Yeah.
get
I
canceled.
wrote this
It's
joke.
a shame that every piece of entertainment that's come out since I took that media literacy course in college is just rife with virtue
There's
signaling
one
these days.
credit.
It did not happen
Yeah.
when I was a kid. No, sir.
But yeah, I didn't film. I
They're
filmed the
actively trying
video
to
part of me
erase our
nowhere near a
childhood
computer,
as well,
and then I had to
by
like
comic into
time it
oblivion.
a
Not
screen
only are the
recording
old
of me doing all
non-political
this
Batman
stuff.
Adventures
And yeah, I
comics thrown out the
purposely
window,
used the Read
like the
Comics
left tends to
Online
do with anyone who makes a spicy joke on
website
Twitter,
for
but
this.
even things
God,
in the
even
cartoon
using him saying spicy.
lost as well. Firefly is here before the new Batman Adventures starts. Baby Doll only aged 2 years over the course of at least 4. And while we're on that subject, there's a whole thing with the Lost Years miniseries. I know the comics don't count. They never did. But Paul Dini literally made the timeline for the Lost Years. And we just have to talk about it. It taking place over the course of 3 years just doesn't work with this comic. Jason says it's been 4 years since he was Robin. The Watchtower Database channel.
I wish this had been
pinned down Dick
after he
Grayson's
did the.
graduation happening
And
in
I'm
January
pre-blocked, so that we
1997.
could have put
Oh
that
god,
in.
yeah. I'm in one of his videos because I archived a lot of stuff that the New Warriors showrunner Nelson Arroyo again.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
So he's been around
He's
for
just, so
since
Nelson
TNBA.
Arroyo's that guy, yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Given that we still see Dick Grayson as Robin during summer 1996.
Zeta Project just
Batman
reused
and Mr.
shit, huh?
Freeze, Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
This means leaving the Bat family would have been around May of
But yeah,
1997.
I'm in one of his
Tim Drake
videos
would have
because
come
I
around
archived a lot
sometime
of stuff
in
that the
late
New Warriors
2000
showrunner
Justice
posted
League
and then
show,
deleted
and
off
this
of
comic
Twitter.
would be taking
Yeah.
place
And he
in
goes to open up my
2001.
tweet and is just like, and I'm pre-blocked.
Yeah,
Pushing
because
the
it would have
Lost
been
Years
funny
from
to add that in,
1999
bro. Or
to
like a
2000 is
parody of
just
that.
as
BRB
bad
pissing in my basement.
Yes. This timeline shift essentially means The later Batman episodes, or at least a vast majority of them, are happening at the same time as Justice League, since that show's presidential race took place in 2003, where Lex Luthor was running for president. Of course, something today's climate would never allow to happen. But just about anyone who is in charge of these things would tell you that there is no timeline. Everything present day is just taking place whenever the real world present day is. Ty Templeton recently said of the new comic, "We're trying to entertain our readers, not set
3
up
months
flow
ago.
charts and work out our PhD thesis."
I love
And
his.
that those
See, I
trying
can
to
slip
build
in another
actual
Hobgoblin
calendar
reference in this
are
comment.
bordering on obsessive behavior. Yes, of course, sir. Well, let's see what Beware the Gray Ghost has to say about that. Oh, October 19th, 1992. That doesn't seem to be this year. Comfort. August 20th, 1997. Are we just supposed to ignore these dates?
The biggest
By the way, I'll
asshole
prove it you.
to
Look,
Ty
this isn't
Templeton
just the
moments,
cartoon.
and
Look
it's
at the
when I'm
Batwoman
parodying
movie,
this guy.
1991.
Here we go.
1992. There are Batwoman birth certificates floating around out there somewhere, people. It's not a conspiracy. The timeline exists. I am not going to just push aside the existence of clear, visible dates within the DCAU. They are there. They are real. The adventures continue. Cannot take place before Justice League. It has to take place during or after.
Jeremy
There is
always
no
has
other
shelves
way.
behind
It does
him
not
with
make
pop
any
figures and
sense
stuff
any
on
other
it.
way. And yet,
and I
Tim
I
Drake,
already had that
less than 1 year
bookshelf.
as Robin.
It's the same ones
Right
that are
there,
behind
folks.
us now,
I am
set up
spelling
like that. So I
it
just
out
like,
for
okay,
you.
this is
What's up,
perfect.
Greg? Welcome back to another episode of What the Hell Do We
This
Make
is the
of All
most
This? The crew
convincing
behind this
one.
comic
Like,
really
people
seems
actually
to be
thought I set
excited
up
to
a
just
room
jump
like
back into
this,
the animated world
but
and sell action figures.
so I don't know why it
Without
looks so
putting too
much
thought
better
into
than
how it
some of
might
the other
affect,
ones. But
like
Who
everything
knows?
else, like the entire rest of the DCAU. But remember that plan they said they had? Dini and Burnett took a forward-reaching approach to the project and
This is
envisioned
the
this
last
new comic series as
YouTuber
perhaps
parody,
a
so it'll just
never-seen
transition
season
into
of
the
Batman the
ending.
Animated Series if fate had not steered their attention toward creating the futuristic Batman Beyond. Paul Dini added on to this by saying, "Alan Burnett and I approached the writing with the idea that we were doing the season you might have seen if we had not put the series aside to do Batman Beyond." Which, like, I get that probably means the approach was like, hey, let's do more episodes of the new Batman adventures, and I should probably not read any more into it. But I'm gonna. Kids WB flat out told the DCAU crew back in
I can't
the day
remember
to
if it was
stop the
this
presses
video
and start doing
or
a show about
the
teenage
multiverse
Batman,
one,
which
but
wound
someone
up
had said in the
evolving into
comments
Batman
like,
Beyond.
like James with no glasses and no beard, like gives me like an understanding of how anyone could not recognize Clark Kent as Superman or Superman as Clark Kent.
To do that show, the DCAU probably would have looked a lot different. Like, we probably would have gotten to see that old version of the Justice League that we saw in like mac and cheese boxes and stuff. This
No.
alternate universe
Now we know
where
that's not
Batman
true.
Beyond never happened, and the present day timeline just kept going without Batman Beyond affecting continuity decisions. Okay, so
That's the
hold
same
up. If
music
Batman
from
Beyond never got created, then Justice
Batman
League and
Adventures
Justice
Volume
League
2
Unlimited
ending with my
wouldn't
hand
get
reaching for
created,
the
at least the
DVDs.
same way that we got. So then the Adventures Continue timeline could be that alternate timeline, and none of the Lost Years pushing or JLU overlapping.
Thanks,
would
Misty
even
Lover. I think it
matter.
has also been fun.
It's just
We're getting toward the end, sort of.
new DCAU. Wait, hang on. Cut the silliness. This is actually really interesting. There's an old issue of Comixology magazine from back in 2000 where Bruce Timm talks about Batman Beyond and says of it being a hypothetical future.
This is
Oh yeah,
Stan, you did, I think.
I think
You
I
can
bought
say
this
it's a
magazine
possible
like
future,
very
but
last
to
second,
us,
and
this
it
is
happens
what
so
happens
often
to
where
Bruce
I'll
Wayne.
buy a
It
magazine and be
fits
like,
our canon.
"Hey, here's a
The
thing."
interviewer
Yeah.
then asks if that sort of thing is important
I think
to the
that's
DCAU crew,
one
to
of
which
the
Tim
very
responds,
few times,
"To a
but it
degree."
has happened
See,
where
Batman
we've been
Beyond
like, yeah,
co-creator
kept
Alan
it.
Burnett
Where
has
we've
gone
been
on
like
record saying
almost done
he
with the
doesn't
video, and
agree
then
with
that'll
the
happen
story
where you'll
decisions
buy an
made
old
for
magazine that has
JLU's
some cool thing we should
epilogue.
use in
I
it,
never wanted
and I'll be
him
like,
to be-
damn,
never
we should
wanted
use
Terry
that.
to be-
I have to figure out a way to get it in.
And so I don't accept it.
That's a very Batman Beyond thing. Ty Templeton even planned an issue of Batman Adventures Volume 2 where Tim Drake would escape the Return of the Joker flashback unharmed, where Joker doesn't even die.
Brian, don't watch.
And we already pushed
Get
aside
outta
other
here.
tie-in comics, but still, same dude. The crew behind this
Just
comic
upload it.
are pretty on board the Batman
Story
Beyond is
stream,
just a
parentheses,
possible
Brian.
future
Brian, don't
side.
watch it.
Choo-choo. Not to mention all the
People
little
named
tiny
Brian will
things
be
here
like,
and
"What is
there
this?"
that are
Why not?
different from what we'd expect.
I,
The
Brian
arrangement of
McDermott,
things in the
cannot watch
Batcave,
this video.
Stuff like Lex's suit or Firefly's origin happening earlier than they should.
I remember right after that Firefly issue happened, we were like, okay, we can still make this work. Robin wasn't in that episode, so it's just like a Lost Years thing where the costume in the cartoon's different from the comic. Like it can just happen before TNBA. It's fine. And then everything else kept happening. We're like, okay, never mind. we can't make this work.
I do want to do a BTAC timeline video at some point, and like
this
just
is
work
still
everything
canon,
back
but this
from
isn't. Yeah.
this.
Really, all I have to go off of?
See, the Zetas won't let me access season 2.
All right. Look, the goal of Will It Canon, as far as I've been able to understand, has always been to try and debunk popular fan theories about certain shows, movies, or whatever fitting into the DCAU when they have no reason to. Before I broke the program, there was totally a backlog of Justice League Doom, Green Lantern the Animated Series. I think Crypto the Superdog was in there. But now that I can see things clearly, it's made me realize,
Oh, the to-do.
why not try to be as inclusive as possible? Why get bogged down in
all the negativity?
So what if you want some non-DCAU thing to fit into the DCAU? Headcanon that shit. Do it.
Heart cannon.
Who are you gonna hurt? Batman the Adventures Continue is a crazy roller coaster of this works great, no it doesn't, now it's fine, now what the hell are they doing? Oh my god, please stop. How could Baby Doll possibly be only 32 years old when she was 30 in her first episode? But it's out there. It exists. It's intended to be new DCAU stories. And whether we like it or not, despite all its problems...
What you got over there?
I'm queuing something up for the end of the stream. Just making sure it's ready.
Canon thing. Who really gives a crap? There's so much back and forth here. There's too much hate that comes out of it. There's a lot of continuity problems in this comic, but there's also a lot of cool stuff. Slade Wilson in the DCAU? Yes, please. Death in the Family, BTAS style? How could I be mad at this? This thing is awesome. Right?
Wrong.
Right. I see. It's all so clear to me.
E.
Gotta touch the E.
Check out that purple grid background. Look familiar? It was right in front of you.
It kind of looks like the one from where we just had some Zetas, and maybe from where we introduced Zeta Month.
Maybe.
Welcome back, Mike. Crypto the Superdog is top tier DC animated series. I've never watched more than like an episode.
Me too.
I'm waiting for the Young Justice Will It Canon. All the examples shown in Brainiac Attacks needs videos.
Maybe. I feel like that one's pretty obvious.
Yeah, but there's the Harvey Dent newspaper, so we gotta do it.
The apartment, the grocery store from the Green Arrow episode, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, what's this? What's that?
Uploading.
What's that? What's uploading?
What does that mean?
What's uploading? What's going on there, James? James, what's uploading?
I don't.
James, what's uploading?
What does it mean?
James, what's uploading?
What does it mean? I don't get it. That's that. That's the Bat-Wagon wick. Bat-Wagon wick.
The next ones are the start of our multiverse.
Harley?
Yeah. Let's just that's one I wish got more views. I don't know why it didn't. I feel like it could have probably been done a bit better. Like I wish I had filmed it with James rather than
it was right before you moved away.
Yeah, it It's two videos before I moved, and
toward me.
it was filmed in a weird time, and
what? Levi says it was the Young Justice video uploaded.
Oh, that might be
of
it.
course. Yeah. We could just do the intro outro of this, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the intro has me doing that.
Hiya, Watchtower Database.
Like this.
So you might remember that a couple months ago, I kind of laid a big reveal on
It's a
ya.
good look.
I am non-binary.
No.
Whatever. That's not important.
Though, making up for some storytelling.
I need to figure out like actually
may have been a
looking
bit
decent
questionable.
while
Paul Dini and Pat Cadigan's
dressing
Mad
a little
Dog
bit more femme.
modernized the tale in a way that turned Harley into.
Well, you went like full bore there for this, like right out of the gate.
Yeah. No, I know.
No practice.
While keeping its core intact, the book expands on the classic story in many areas.
In fact, there's been lots of expansion on Harley's lore in the DCAU since the original Mad Love story was released in 1994. Like, do you know where her pet hyenas Bud and Lou came from? I bet not. There's a bit more to them than being Abbott and Costello references, and you's better not fast
Yeah,
forward to
the
that
voice
part
probably
of the
went a
video
little
to
too
find
far.
out. Drop a comment,
Well, you
Jack,
drop
if
it
got
pretty
some
quick
sense of
after this, but
knowledgeability
then
about
Yeah.
you. That'd
Yeah.
be
I think it just
sweet,
went too
but,
far in
you
the
know,
intro.
leave some sort of comment and hit the like button too. It'll help us out with that there Don Cheadle. The algorithm.
So that one's post Space Jam.
So this is weird, right? This is my first video where I'm out and out painted
Okay,
review
let's
of
see.
Batman work.
Get to the end
of
here.
Arkham. Of the old days with the vanishing point. I mean,
I'll
sure,
be a little back.
no
a
I
little.
wish-
choice but to adopt the Harley
The
Quinn
old days with the
personality
vanishing
that
point.
Joker
So the
has
vanishing
a
point happened here too.
smile
Yeah.
on his face and
I just
busted
wish that
out
the
of
camera
Arkham
was just a
himself.
little bit higher up. I think maybe. It's a slightly weird angle.
Knock, knock, Puddin'. Say hello to your new, improved Harley Quinn.
From there, the rest is history. You know, doing character history videos like this kind of reminds me of the old days with The Vanishing Point. I mean, sure, this isn't a timeline per se, but I'm stitching together a story
Oh,
from
shit.
multiple different kinds of... Oh, what the figgy pudding is all this about? Ah, I didn't even get to put out that stinking timeline video on the Harley Quinn animated series.
Oh, there goes another one.
Yep.
Perhaps you will become something amazing. And perhaps we will become something amazing together.
Ooh,
I
the
would
man
like
had
that.
sunglasses
I
there
would
in the
like that
background.
very much.
That was another Dr. Manhattan quote.
First reveal of the title, Multiverse Revisited.
Yeah, we were really building the hype for that.
Yeah. That the effect of the white space energy coming in there was the same one I used in the first DeCamu videos, ending with Earth J, James and Mattie being pulled in. But then after that, I started experimenting with like, okay, how do I make this look cooler? How do I make this look more like, I don't know, VFX-y than just a circle of white coming in? So the next couple are like a 3D planes that are in this, they're tracked into the shot with like particles coming off and all this stuff.
Like VF sexy.
Oh man. All right, so we got Starro or Ben 10 is next.
I think Starro happened first, or was it the Friday the 13th?
Oh yeah, good question. Find out. It might have been.
It's Friday the 13th.
Okay, I'm gonna watch the little teaser because I liked it too. I got chills, man. I felt like that was a pretty creepy, cool teaser that nobody watched.
I love the thumbnail for this one. The thumbnail for this one and the Harley one were both great for sure. I mean, so many of these thumbnails were great, but the thumbnail for this one specifically, I aped off of. Oh Jesus, what was Square Eye Jack? I think is the guy's name. He does a lot of Tony Hawk videos.
Oh yeah, he just recreates the poster or whatever.
Yeah, he recreates the posters for his thumbnails, and I was just like, "Yo, what if we recreate the Freddy versus Jason poster for this thumbnail
with your costumes of those characters?"
Yeah.
All right, let's jump in. Oh, here you go. You get it again, I guess. I forgot this was the start of the video. I love the little like clock ticking rotations it does to get to the logo.
God, this was a fun one to set up.
It's the
This was
most spooky time of the year. All the children are yelling, their parents are telling them nothing to fear. It's the most spookiest time.
This is the first one we got to like preview together in person to like watch together because
yeah, fucking
I do love Freddy Krueger. I wonder if he loves me back.
I love soul food.
But yeah, this is another one that I shot most of while I was in the middle of moving.
Right.
Okay, so it is canonically Mattie Krueger. But yeah, so this is one that this is the last thing I filmed in my old apartment.
And this is when Sissy's phone could film in 4K, so
Yes.
the video looks a lot better.
Yes, and so knowing how much I was upset with stuff from the Mystery of the Batwoman video, like I spent a lot of time like setting up and making sure this looked nice and just being like, I gotta fucking commit to like staging this properly. And I think James was actually impressed by how well I did like the shot reverse shot on it.
I mean, I had very little input on the setup for this one. I think it was I love that show. I think just the bits of me. I think I ended up having like a, here's a suggestion: have a light over here, have a light on this side. But then you figured out like the colors and placement of the pop figures and all that kind of stuff. You were very meticulous with this one.
There's the verse again. But yeah, another fun thing with this was like when I didn't expect to like actually get a decent timeline like as down as I did. But B, the Jason Takes Manhattan thing ended up being the great setup for Dr. Manhattan like grabbing us out of continuity errors. And it also like helped set up that joke in the Batman and Harley Quinn, which was actually that like a day of thing?
Yeah,
like,
I think so.
I think I showed up and I was just like,
we added
wait,
a shot,
Jason Takes Manhattan. I gotta.
We
fucking...
might have come up with the joke earlier than that, but I don't think it was in the storyboard until like the day before or something. Yeah. But yeah, I this video turned out really good, and I also like it was a lot of time on my end was spent because none of these movies have like HD downloads anywhere. So I had to just either rent the DVD from the video store or find it on or Mattie helped me like here these ones are on Amazon, these ones are on
I got a lot of them too on Vudu.
Yeah, that's right.
And then HBO Max had a lot of the Freddy stuff.
But I had to have my video capture card hooked up to the TV, hit record, and then play the whole movie in real time. Mostly so that I had the same time codes that Mattie was giving me for where in a movie, because this was by far the most I need footnotes. Oh my god, I do not know this shit. And
like even after having all the footnotes that I did, there was still some stuff that you were like, I don't fucking get it.
Well, yeah, part of the problem was that I didn't realize my capture card, I record a whole movie, it was breaking it up into 4 gigabyte chunks. So every time that you would be like, okay, it's at an hour and 10 minutes in, I'd have to add up the time codes of each one like with a calculator and then guess about where the thing is. And then so it took me so long to edit this, but it turned out good.
Oh, for sure. And fucking I realized as we were talking that this is the first video back since my haircut. So we had just filmed at least Multiverse, right?
Mm-hmm. We'd filmed the Multiverse video already, like earlier this month before we filmed this.
Yo, patreon.com/DCAU Watchtower. If you are not a patron and have the means to become one, It'd be awesome. As
Even
you,
a dollar, there's a dollar level.
As you've seen all day,
videos early.
It takes us a lot to put these together. It's a huge labor of love to do each and every single one, and a lot of the times they do not land as well as we hope they will. Especially, yeah. Plum 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 plum. Oi.
Anyway,
yeah, we don't got to do the full one on this.
No, I'm just gonna
especially
get to that part.
if we're talking about doing the full
Yeah.
Ben 10. Are we doing what time?
I don't know.
It's like 9 o'clock. I don't know that I can do the full Ben 10.
Okay.
Maybe the back end of it, like the grandpa time.
Yeah, I can do that. Even though that's the part I edited. And Sir Coral's gonna be like,
Yeah,
what?
shit.
Sorry, Coral, if you're in here. It's getting late. We got to get the big ones at the end.
Yeah, I mean we could also just jump to the stinger on it. I guess I don't know.
What that does to the other movies that came afterwards, because remember, 5.5 of
Or skip to the story beats at least.
Yeah, do you want to skip to the stinger on this one?
That's what I did. There's only like 2 minutes left.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Not by much. Stephanie Kimball is
Oh God, why would you do this to the baby characters?
is still like fucking 20. I hate my life. I hate my life. I hate my fucking life. I swear, this video wasn't originally conceptualized as a way to explain my problems with this book.
Okay, someone else
in
is a
the most
Square Jack fan.
thorough
Cool.
way possible, but every time I
Jake went to
revisit it,
bed.
I'm just floored by some of
I
the
pronounced
decisions
Kuro
they
wrong.
decided
Emmy
to do.
loves this one. Ellie says, "Did you know the Friday the 13th TV series planned to do an episode about Jason's Mask being one of them?" Yes, I did know about that.
But I could have used a little bit more incest, because it's so Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash Nightmare Warriors.
There's those verses again. I mean verse, but you know multiple verses.
The verses.
Wake up from, but unfortunately, that
The
doesn't
multiverses.
seem to be what's going on here. Usually
I did find
end
out,
up
however,
figuring
that I've
myself
seen a
as
few
one
of the
those
movies
popsicle
before.
stick
I must have seen
puppet and
Dream
those
Child
kinds
on
of
TV
things, and
somewhere.
well,
Oh, I only started watching The Nightmare on Elm Street 3 days ago.
Nightmare
Huh.
Warriors is real,
Here's the ending.
we just have to deal with it.
And all the way, playing it straight.
Remember this from this morning? Static and roll.
So this was filmed in my new apartment. I had never been in there before we actually moved in.
Yeah.
And as soon as I opened the door, I come to realize we have a garage and attic area. And I was like, holy shit, James, get over here. We're shooting spooky shit.
Yep.
Setting up for the Freddy vs. Jason video.
Halloween 2013, that's when it happened.
Right. Yep, see now these are like 3D objects tracked into the shot. This song playing is a song my mom and her friend wrote circa 2004, I think, called Bad Dreams. I figured it was perfect for the end.
Take
Traveling
care,
sound.
wheelchair. Calling them wheelchairs, probably not.
Take care, wheelchair.
Well,
Superhero 87.
yes.
Now your dreams will never set you free, 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 free.
That's a fun.
in your bad dreams. Don't go to bed, 'cause I'm
What a great
always in
place
your
to do a
head.
Sinister video. Yeah.
In your bad dreams.
Talking about trying to set up stuff for the vanishing point stuff, like up in that area, but like have green screens or something like set up as a permanent fixture. That way,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily always spooky.
Okay, Ben 10, Ben 10, Ben 10. Go, go, go. Ben 10. Yeah. Good logo, cool logo. My parents' RV.
We got to do the intro at least.
Yeah.
The intro's.
Again, now me helping Maddie film everything.
This is one of my favorite videos I've ever made.
Yeah.
The controller keeps
PlayStation-
changing.
Yeah, the PlayStation controller, the Xbox controller, and then the PlayStation controller.
Maddie, I don't know why I have to tell you this so many times, or any times at
There's
all.
Ben
but
10
you
James.
cannot
You're
just
right.
break into people's RVs.
I'm researching for the
There it
Ben
is.
10 video. I figured if I get into an RV, play some video games, it would really
That controller is beautiful.
A method
That the
like
controller
the jump
changing
of
back and
80
forth
wait,
was
you're
an
still
intentional thing. It was a reference to a
Ben
Rousseau
10,
brothers
what, over a year
movie,
ago? You're just
Yumi and
Right.
Dupree, starring Owen Wilson.
People have been asking for
And-
this video since
The bottle or whatever.
2018. It's video time, Maddie.
Really wanted the Ben 10 theme here, but it was copywriting out the wazoo.
We
so-
couldn't figure out a way to do it.
Close enough. Not really, but it works.
But yeah, so it was a reference to Yumi and Dupree. It was one of the first times I had ever noticed like continuity errors within a movie because there's a scene where they're holding wine, but it keeps going bottle, glass, bottle, glass, bottle, glass. And I was just like, you know what? This is a video that like I want people to like understand that there's humanity behind it. And so let me start off by intentionally breaking the fucking subversion. I don't think it ended up landing with everybody, but some folks were just like, oh.
Curl just said, "Are you going to do Grandpa Time?" That's Shelby's favorite part. So, yeah,
we
that is the
can
part
do
that we
Grandpa
wanted to
Time
show for sure. I think there's a little bit up here that's still before you switch seats.
How long is this one? It's an hour, isn't
Hour,
it?
Yeah, it's a long one.
Yeah, we've got 2 other hour videos, so unfortunately.
What do we have going? But there was.
Oh yeah, that's my sib.
That spanned 6 series and 4 movies? Maybe one day, but I don't have time for that right now.
COVID happened in the Ben 10 Mattie universe also.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I finally have time for Ben.
I was in that RV the entire time.
And now you this shirt.
Keep your politics out.
Yeah, you just
keep
switched
your
back to
politics
this
out. Well, I chose that shirt intentionally because I wanted it. Like, I wanted to grab something incredibly obnoxious to wear, like in the part where I'm talking about how I felt like Ben was obnoxious.
Like that's what got me into it. I hate to say the face.
Not to skip past this,
and when the kids came, and it's the one.
I'm so glad that like this is the section Levi was supposed to be part of.
There is a little bit of mischievous side to Max too that he sometimes indulges in. That's why that dynamic, when it does work, it really can really well.
He's the most human feeling character in the classic series. Like if they were gonna get one character right to make them feel as well rounded as they could, they succeeded with Max.
Even for as much as he like does end up being this sort of grandiose space adventurer.
Showed this video
Oh,
to Shelby earlier this year when her grandmother passed. It helped her a lot because she wasn't able to see her for the last few. Oh. That was your idea, and then I was just like, "But we got to do the gray matter."
Yeah. It's Grandpa Time.
It's Grandpa Time. Ever since I started plotting this script out, I had it in mind that I wanted to end on my favorite part of the show, Grandpa Max Tennyson. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I would have liked this series a lot more had he been the main character rather than Ben. But the thing is, I think
Did you know Max's voice actor when I said it on the podcast, or did you only know it when I said, "Oh, and he's Grandpa Max"?
Oh, I don't even remember who it was.
Paul Eating, I think.
Family wasn't an accident. In fact,
Yeah,
it was
Levi
sent there
just
by
said.
Max's alien ex-girlfriend Xylene and was intended to end up with Max rather than Ben. This revelation shakes Ben to his core, as he now struggles with the fact that his hero status wasn't meant for him. But from a real-world perspective, while the Omnitrix may not have been intended for Ben in narrative,
I think I went out and
creators
bought
were very
jeans
intentional
specifically
in
for this
making
video
him
because I
the
don't
character
wear
rather
blue
than
jeans.
Max.
Yeah.
So why? Sure, the real
You have the How I Met
answer
Your
to
Mother
that
umbrella
question is
tattooed.
probably along the lines of,
Yeah.
because it's a kid's show meant to sell merchandise to babies, of which I am one. But the more I've sat with this question and chewed it over these past few months,
true.
I've personally
We
come
can't
to
use that in
I said
real
that
life.
earlier.
I mentioned the map of this road trip towards the start of this video. Initially,
Hey,
I
Matt
planned to
made
make
that
a
map.
bigger deal out of it all throughout
With-
the script.
with,
because look at this thing. What
Ink tank,
responsible
yeah.
adult makes
Look at
travel
that.
plans that looks like this? But rewatching the series, I came to realize something. A responsible adult didn't make those plans. Sure, Max is the one who drove from point
gonna
A to
pee real
B,
quick
but he
during
didn't
this.
exactly plan the trip. a 10-year-old did.
This entire summer, we've gone where you wanted to go, Benjamin.
Ben planned the majority of the road trip. That's canon.
Finding
Max let him do it.
that
The trip
quote
not
on
making
my, I watched this show 3
is by
times
design,
to
and
make
it's an
this
act of
video
love between
because the first time I watched it, I just did not like it.
Tennyson is
I watched it
paragon
with
of patience
Sissy.
and
She's
love,
not
and I can't
big
stop
into
thinking
kids
about how
action
much
adventure
more I've come to
cartoons,
appreciate the show when I look at
and
it
so
in this
she was
light.
complaining all the
When I
time
mentioned how
through
many
it,
episodes were
and
plot
like
relevant
I didn't
earlier,
like a lot of it.
planning to give you that list
And
in case it
I
was your
watched it the
first time
second time
watching
because
the
I couldn't
series and
tell
just wanted
if
the
that
cliff
was
notes.
because
In
I
fact,
wasn't
when I
a
had first
fan
started
myself
on
or
this
if it was
project, I
like
spoke
her
with
not
someone
liking
who
it
worked
kind
on
of rubbing
later
off on
entries in
me
the franchise who said I
with the
should have just watched
situation.
the first
And
last
the
episode
second
and
time through, I
fast
was just like,
forward to
I
Alien
still
4.
can't
But
tell.
instead of doing
And
that,
the
I
third
saw the
time
series
through,
through,
when I
and then
found that
watched it a
quote
second
about,
time. And during that
well,
second watch through, regardless of how frustrated I was with it, this line from
Here it
season 2
is.
stuck out to me, and I couldn't get it out of my head.
Well, I don't expect them to be many versions of me. I let them be themselves, faults and all.
If I was gonna commit to this project, I needed to do so on the show's
but yeah, the
terms
faults and
let it
all
be itself.
one was a big
Faults
one.
and all. And while there were a
And
lot
like
of
I said,
faults,
finding
there was
the
good, too. I feel like
about
spending
Ben
this
planning
much
the
time
trip
with
on the
Ben
third
10,
one was just
trying
like,
to
oh,
figure it
I
out
got
was,
it.
in
It
some
makes a lot of
ways,
sense. I
another
know what
act
I
of
need to talk about here.
self-discovery. I know I made the comparison earlier about how I was being a spoil sport like Ben, but that's not exactly where the comparison ends. Just like
Kuro
Ben, I was a
drew the
bit of a
art
little
there.
shitball
Yeah.
as a kid. My brother that I had on towards the start of the video, we used to get in
Steve
knockdown,
has
drag-out
now come
fistfights
out
over the
since
stupidest
then
stuff, but
as
like
non-binary,
Ben,
so
didn't
you know
turn
I
into
said
some
brother
sort of
here,
villain.
but
I grew up, worked through
no
our
longer
shit with each other,
applicable.
put together a band that really helped me untangle a lot of complex emotional stuff I was going through, and now I see that same brother as one of my best friends. The thing is though, I don't think that process of growing and becoming a better person is anywhere near complete, and I don't know if it ever does end, to tell you the truth. In the context of Ben 10, there are still even times where Grandpa Max starts to let his frustration show and has to keep himself in check.
You're not my dad.
Well, if I was,
As I'm getting further and further into adulthood, I see Grandpa as the kind of person that I'd like to be. Someone who cares enough to put time aside to make the people I care about happy. Someone who's willing to have the patience to bite their tongue. Someone who's not only trying to grow, but has the love and patience to allow others to grow and learn from their mistakes as well. Someone who, well, someone who's willing to show care towards someone who reminds me of myself at my worst. I just wish these were all things I had learned as quickly as I wanted Ben to learn his lessons. Because eventually, we all see someone we love and care about for the last time, and often we don't realize it until it's too late.
Hydration.
Back in 2019, I lost my grandma and grandpa on my mother's side. When I was younger, I was inseparable from them. My grandma was consistently trying to stay current on whatever the latest fad was so that she'd have a way to bond with me and the other grandchildren.
Missed that
Whether
motherfucker.
that was through Beanie Babies or Pokemon or that weird time we got into the Christian alternative to Magic the Gathering. That was a whole phase. My grandma
That was a whole
You had to
phase.
find me what it was
spent time
called.
with
I
us
think.
Hey, missed that
through
motherfucker
bowling
too.
trips, or taking us fishing, or going out to this really big dirt hill with some pieces of cardboard for us to sled down. More physical activities. And I loved this stuff as a kid. I loved them. But eventually at some point as I got older, that relationship started to drift. There are probably a lot of things I could point to and blame for that, but the thing that's been nagging in the back of my head for these past 2 years, and by my assessment is just as much of a reason as anything, is that as I got older, I stopped making the time. By that point, the relationship was a two-way street, and I didn't work to keep up my side of that as much as I should have. And now I don't get that time back because I was a shit kid who didn't understand the value of time. I cared more about my Neopets or RuneScape account or whatever online game I was playing that week than I did spending time with my grandpa.
The point is, what's more important? Getting a new Digi download or some sea alien trash that I kick butt on, or staying here just because you say so? Gwen, explain it to him.
You just don't get it.
I was Ben, and thinking about that sucks. But because of this show, I'm finally starting
There's definitely like
to think that
negativity
despite
about
my
the show
regrets,
in
I
this video,
don't
but I
think my
feel like by the
grandpa
time we
or
get
my
to
grandma,
this
for that matter,
chunk,
would have
like it
faulted me
all
for it.
has like a
Grandpa
purpose
Max,
to it. Like it's
my
all
grandparents were patient
part of the
and
deal. I
loving
feel like
and kind.
some folks
They
that
understood I was a kid and
felt like,
honestly,
oh my
they told me
god,
how
like
much
this
my
is
mom
it's
talked to
just
them
a
about
kids
us while
show
we
or
were
whatever.
around.
It's like
They
first of
probably
all,
had a better
this is what we do.
understanding of
Second,
growing
like
up than my
it's all
siblings and
wrapped
I
into
did.
there's a
They would've
lesson to
loved
everything.
to see me more often. That I'm sure of, but I think
I
they
think
were
it turned out good.
understanding of the business
Yeah, no, this is one of my favorite videos we've ever
One of
made.
the last times I saw either of them, perhaps
Aaron
legitimately
likes it too.
the last time, was shortly before I moved to Seattle in 2017. I introduced them to my girlfriend at the time, now fiance, Sissy,
Now
who
wife.
I had only
Now
met
wife,
once
yeah.
prior,
Well,
and
we don't
told
know if
them
Ben
we were
10
packing
Mattie
up
got
all
married.
our stuff and
Oh shit, Ben 10 Mattie hooked up with.
was the longest
Oh no! That's so much worse now.
conversation and questions and love.
Adultery in the white space.
That would have lasted much longer.
Coming soon to the Watchtower Database.
Listen. Once you find out that you are a character at the whim of
All bets
writers,
are
all
off.
bets are off.
It's really our fault. We caused the adultery.
Ben 10 is far from a perfect show, but the more time I've spent with the series, the more I've
Danny
come to
says Kino
understand
shit.
where its
Hell yeah.
appeal lies for me.
You said
And because
Kuro
of that,
wrong.
Despite the
Kuro.
complaints I've had with the show, I can't say at all that I regret the time I've spent with it. In fact, I'm thankful for those of you in the audience who not only asked me to watch it, but motivated me to keep going with it despite not really
Yes,
gelling
buy
with the
Omni Tower
series at
merch.
first. I'm thankful that
Link
when I
is
had
in
my
the top
gripes,
right
there were
corner
those
of
you
this
who held
video.
Teespring.com/store/DCAU Watchtower. Buy a Omni Tower shirt.
I'm thankful
Yes.
for how the
It's a
year I
dope
spent with this
thing.
goofy cartoon for kids.
God, I really did
Better
spend a
sense
year
of
with
peace
this
about my
show.
relationship
Like,
with
Yeah.
my grandparents.
You
Like I
rewatched it
said
too, I think.
earlier, this cartoon is
I've
only
watched
the
it like 3
beginning of Ben
times.
10, and there's still so much for me to experience in this world. Truth be told, I've been going back and forth with myself for a while, trying to decide whether or not I was going to include the 2 Ben 10 movies from this era that weren't multi-part episodes in disguise like Secret of the Omnitrix in this video, or do them as their own separate video. I think I've finally decided though that I'm not gonna do
I'm gonna go to James's
I can't
house and
promise
watch
that
it
I'm
right now.
these movies or anything else.
What we
in
did
Ben
after we
10 for
filmed
that
this.
matter. I mean, I've got a good feeling I'll appreciate the work Dwayne McDuffie did on the franchise.
I love
but
that picture
even
of
that's
him.
not
It's a
with
good
old
one.
comics and his
There
old
may
glasses
be
and
more
stuff.
Ben 10 videos in the future.
There may
but I
be
don't
more Ben
wanna
10
promise
videos
to
in the
make
future.
content on things that I may end up disliking. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to sit here and watch these movies and hope for the best. Whether I like them or not, I plan to approach them on their terms and accept them for what they are. Faults and all.
Videos on Ben 10 stuff that Maddie likes has been added to the list.
Where's the list part?
That way, right there. Here comes the white space. I fucking love this outro. The song is dope.
Yeah, regardless of it not being the Ben 10 thing. Getting this was good though, the image and stuff. I think this was one where I was like Kuro definitely has this image, right? And I just emailed him and he's like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah, so the
Right,
only thing I've watched since then is Race Against Time, and I fucking loved
Thank you
it.
both for being on here. It's been a large anxiety to be like, oh crap, I'm about to spend so much time just utterly shitting on this show that I didn't like, but has done a lot.
It comes
for
from a
other
place
people.
of care. You're that's the essence of being a Ben 10 fan. Welcome to the club.
Now watch Alien Force.
I've been inducted.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna skip to the story segments around for the rest of them now because we gotta beat the clock for baby bedtime.
I'm gonna beat the clock.
How
Howdy, database. Let's talk about the first Justice League villain ever, Starro the Conqueror.
This was just me wanting to do a Starro video, and just like some of the other videos we've watched today, kind of come up with a gimmick that's more interesting than just. And then there was this Starro, and then there was this Starro. The end. So having me being controlled by a Starro
You've
was
seen that old iconic
that.
cover where Aquaman is completely failing to talk to the spookiest sea creature he's ever seen. But Starro was also the first featured villain to fight the Justice League of the DC animated universe. That's gotta be a purposeful nod, right? Has to be. Despite the DCAU Justice League.
Did we find that interview before?
Yeah, it's later in this video.
Okay.
Through 2006, this continuity's version of the team actually first appeared in the Batman Beyond cartoon in the two-part episode The Call. Here, Superman brought the new Batman, Terry McGinnis.
I don't think any of these videos that end with the stinger of like being pulled into the white space were originally planned to be that. They were just like, this character found a continuity error in a different franchise. Let's have them be pulled into the white space so that we can do all the different S's.
I think a couple of mine were pre-built for that.
Yeah, but it was like topics we wanted to do regardless, and it just worked to.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
If you're a fan of these shows.
This one wasn't this one kind of inspired by NerdSync's
style. Yeah.
The DCAU Justice
I felt like it was kind of specifically the Scooby-Doo video.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Woo, boo, boo, yeah.
Engagement. Zeta.
Everything.
Don't forget that.
You heard it, folks.
Starro the Conqueror. How did it? Weird. Anyway, Starro the Conqueror made and tracked
just skipping around
I am
here.
losing This cannot be. I am not an afterthought. I did not travel billions.
Who made that Starro?
This is an Etsy artist. Let's see if I can find the name here.
Okay, what is happening? I was just sitting in.
Was it like something they were already selling in their store?
Yes.
Or okay, word. So you didn't have to like ask for it custom.
I haven't been drinking again. Whatever. What I was saying was the first time Starro took on the DCAU
I can't find it right now, but yeah, they're making 3D prints of Starros already, and I was like, can you paint it like this Batman Beyond version for this video? Because I was trying to figure out, like, am I going to have this be a CGI track onto my face? Is this going to be, you know, what is this?
The true meaning of terror when my spawn inherit this putrid planet. All minds shall become one. All life will join as Starro.
It just doesn't make any sense with the animated This keeps happening. This can't be good. This can't be healthy.
I'm actually completely underwearless in this shot.
Yo, you're Moon Knight.
Yeah.
All the time you're losing.
I'm only like 5 pixels away from this video not being for children.
Planted into my head like some kind of Inception nightmare voodoo bullshit. And when I close my eyes, it's like a universe full of tiny star-shaped Jameses floating through the heavens, like I'm hurtling through hyperspace toward new conquests. All of me, a part of.
Now that's some CG there for sure.
Yeah, there's an image of it that
Starro
I'm moving
appeared in
around.
full
Yeah,
other minor
it's also my mom doubling on my voice whenever I have the Starro on my face. She's mentioned before she doesn't really want to be seen in videos like my dad, but she'll do all this voice stuff for us all the time.
State them, at least in I will hold this version of the DCAU. Look, Green Arrow's even got a whole line of Starros skewered on an arrow like a shish kebab.
An insult to the very power I will hold over the helpless, puny inhabitants of this world. Perhaps I will stick a row of them through a barb and see how they like it.
I hate this. I hate this so much. Okay, then that's it. I'm getting a second camera. We're doing this paranormal.
Oh shit, this was before the Ben 10 one.
Oh well.
Okay, the second camera is recording, so if anything weird happens, I'll have that continuous footage to review later. So, all right, where was I? Oh yeah. Of the 7 total DCAU adjacent Starro encounters, we've covered 4 of them so far. Luckily, the final 3 are pretty short and sweet by
Sizzling camera. Yes, this whole video was pretty difficult to film to get the timing right of every little chunk, but it turned out pretty good. This part especially, where I find the star.
Wasn't there some kind of complication with the baseball bat?
Oh yeah, no, I totally dented the shit out of the tripod here in a second.
Should be able to
have that continuous footage to review later. So, all right, where was I?
So I can barely see what I'm doing here, and I'm trying so hard not to hit the camera, so I aimed really low. But I definitely, like, in that shot there of me hitting the leg of the tripod, that tripod is in the closet over there, and
Oh shit, V's here.
Hell. Oh, hey, V.
Hey, yeah, we've been on here
So
since
far,
9 in the
hours.
morning.
Yep.
It's been, I'm running off 3 hours of sleep.
Of the 7 DC
And I have to drive home after this. And then I have to wake up at 6:30 in the morning to take Sissy to work.
This shot here was fun. I don't have the Starro in my shirt at all, or on my face. And then we cut right as I pull it open, so there's a cut hidden on me ripping the shirt open right there. And then in between the cuts, we put the Starro on my face and then started the shot again.
No, please! I have a wife, a kid. I haven't even gotten to interview Kevin. Oh.
Could Starro, you, and Harley Me be from the same universe?
Because we're both covering DC stuff, or?
Well, we're both covering DC stuff. There's nothing to say that we're not.
There is not much time. If I am to control this world, I must finish.
I guess
relaying to you,
just the
dear
fact that the
viewer,
white space
remainder
opens
of
at
my
different
fictional
places, yeah.
escapade, so that you may better understand the
Unless it's at the same time. These videos are happening at the same time.
fate that shall soon befall you and everyone you love. I believe my inept host was starting to say that during the early
Skip through this.
realizing I have been vanquished, I retreat to outer space once.
And then my dumbass forgot to hit play on the YouTube video behind me here, so it's just paused for this. We only had 15 minutes to film this shot, so I had to get it right the first time. I forgot. Yeah. It's okay. We'll pretend I paused it.
I will always find my way to the DC.
My friend Joe, who was in the Batman costume at the end of the Mystery of the Batwoman video, is holding the camera here, and he has his hand on the light switch to turn on the studio light right at when the white space comes in to give some real light on me.
Will be forever linked, forever enslaved.
You can kind of see a reflection of the light in the TV. There it is.
What is this? What's going on? No, stay back, no.
The Starro fell off my face right after that, the amount that I was shaking.
Alright. We're in the end game now, baby.
Hell yeah, we are. Oh yeah, I was like, isn't there something at the end of this? And it's our T-shirt commercial.
Yeah.
Tired of your old, boring, terrible, bad T-shirts?
Yeah. Penny just runs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Okay, we're in the end game. We got to do it. Where is it? Oh my God, multiverse.
It was so fucking cool to like do this. I the whole time we were shooting it, I was just like, this is gonna look awful. This isn't gonna work. There's no way that something this
Watchtower Database story.
I'd already filmed a whole movie like this.
And come to find out, James knows what he's doing.
Is continuity a lie?
I think I'll skip the previously. You've seen it. We watched it all day. It is time, finally, for real. Just complete coincidence that the final note of that Manhattan video and the first note of Adam's music in this are the same note. So it worked. This is perfect little transition here.
Wandering around in here for 2 years, maybe more.
It was almost 3 years at this point.
Keep walking and we get there. We should be arriving soon, and I'm not a cat.
Yeah, that was
And I have to
filmed
carry
back
him
during the Doom
because-
Patrol.
because you lost
Just the Archer footage.
Why can't the cat just walk himself?
I'm not a cat.
I am so sick of this. Hey, floating voice dude, I know you're out there somewhere. Let us out of here.
Man, stop. There's no point. He's long gone. As soon as he realized that continuity is fluid, he bounced.
I refuse to believe that a disembodied witness protection filter pulled us into a featureless hell dimension just to say LOL yeet and leave us here to rot. I've got things to do. Join the club.
Ready to do a Ghostbusters Will It Canon?
I do want to do some videos with the ones that don't actually have videos yet.
Ah, it's good to see you made it. We were starting to think the cat had forgotten the way back.
I'm not. Oh, screw it. Shazam!
So yeah, this whole video is filmed one character at a time, sometimes two if it's me and Maddie in the same shot, over weekends and weekends and weekends.
Well, I did like all of my stuff in one day.
All of Maddie's were in one weekend, 2 or 3 day period, and then all the other me's that we didn't get to during that were all separate over a few days. And this is all just in front of a big green sheet in my living room.
I totally get what's
And yeah, every shot is meticulously storyboarded using marching band drill software.
Yeah, like James storyboarded the shit out of this because, you know, we have to be sure of where every single fucking moving part is.
I bet I can show some. Let me get to it first.
No, that's not Constantine James. That's Supernatural.
Yeah, it's Castiel James, but Castiel is also based on Hellraiser, so it kind of works.
The bitch hasn't made a peep since you laid out the Doom Patrol and Titans timeline for him.
I had to re-record that dialogue because it was too muffled behind the mask.
Diced him up a little bit.
Oh, good. So we are stuck here then, unless he comes back. Or we run out of air. I'm not entirely sure how air works here.
Hey, if you blokes are done yammering, you should come see this.
Here we go. So the storyboards look like this ridiculous, horrifying nightmare.
They're beautiful.
More exposition, please. We were left this couch and
TV. See, we're on this shot right
all
here.
we can find to watch our videos from across the
No, it's not like Rick and Morty. There's Ben 10 Mattie in the back wearing a nice hat.
Actually, yeah. YouTube.
The tube, you. I thought you was particularly stupid. Oh, so it's like Rick and Morty then. No, it's not like Rick and Morty.
Look at this. These posers tried to cover every single comic, cartoon, whatever that branches off of the DCAU multiverse. But they covered Turtles Forever. They forgot the whole multiverse scene in there. Just a bunch of morons. Bunch of morons.
Hey.
I'm wearing those pants right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so all of these shots are storyboarded with marching band software. These are all like marching band members that I photoshopped all the uniforms to be the different costumes for the video so that we would know, because it would have been impossible to do this video without like storyboarding the shit out of it to know exactly what camera angle we're doing at every shot.
I spent so much time on finding those Ninja Turtles. Like I went out of my way to like contact Ninja Turtles artists who like I had no repertoire with at all. I was just like, I need to know the answers. Give them to me, please.
I like Star Wars.
Oh, see, he cut off his arm because in the
Star
I
Wars
understand.
Dudes, please let
But
me
Levi, the Dekamu videos were done by the Earth J, me and
God.
Maddie, which are here in this video.
That was. We also recorded this pretty early into like me coming out, so I was still kind of slipping on myself. I think I just misgendered Star Wars Maddie.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Photo. Since the 2012 Turtles were featured in a marketing campaign in the real world.
Enough.
But at the same time, like with the like caveat that some of these were
Might not,
like
yeah.
pre
Yeah.
that
Probably
like
about half
yeah.
of them. There's an infinite number of universes, and I'd say half of those even have.
I didn't go
TNT,
back to
and half of
ADR
those
it.
have Maddie's and James's, and even half of those.
We actually did ADR that line, so you said it twice without realizing it, and we both didn't realize it.
Oh shit.
Star Wars.
You always have your arm out because of the big green glove we have
Yeah.
over here.
Within the Turtles
Didn't want to
universe
get it in
already
front of you on
connected,
accident.
We also get plenty of other alternate universes and dimensions that don't appear in Turtles Forever. Like all of these. And don't forget, we also get to bring in the Ghostbusters.
I found this this costume for Ghostbusters James
Yeah.
like very last second.
Yeah,
like,
I just had a paint suit and a backpack that I was gonna wear and like a vacuum or something, and then Maddie
and then
found like a Halloween.
I walked into Target and they just had Ghostbusters outfits, and I was just like, "Hey James, this is like $30.
One that
Give it
appears
to
to be
me."
inspired
And
by
I will get this for you.
Indiana Jones.
And that's how we can bring in Star Wars, because in Raiders of the Lost Ark, R2-D2 and C-3PO are seen in hieroglyphs, which means...
It means nothing. He said inspired by Indiana Jones. There's no proof this is the actual Indiana Jones world.
I always
even
have the
if it
little
was,
isms
this
in the
might just be an
background from
Easter
other
egg.
characters being like, "Wow, what the fuck."
I like Star Wars.
We know.
I like how emotive
Turtles.
I had to be with the
Yeah.
the Nickelodeon me.
Oh yeah, the Disneyland character essentially.
Indiana Jones. There's no proof this is the actual Indiana Jones world.
Is it
Even if
canon that
was,
TMNT
this might just be
Maddie
an
forgot
Easter
to talk about the third TMNT Batman crossover with Krang?
Yeah, the Rocco
up
yeah.
with the anti-monitor. I won't say that's canon just because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I will say also some of these, like, not every single shot was filmed.
Oh,
like,
setting up all the real world stuff was fun here.
Yeah. But like, for instance, the Starro in the background there was not like, okay, this shot we have to film Starro. We just filmed like the important shots where every character had like a definite reaction to something, like that Ghostbusters in the background is reacting to what Castiel's saying. But then for the rest of them, it was just like, okay, let me get like 2 whole minutes of you just standing there doing, little tiny amounts of movements and stuff, just to fill it in later.
Conceivably meet the DCAU's Gentleman Ghost.
Oh, geez, this is a lot. I mean.
Also, almost every close-up, Maddie and I are crouching because the green screen wasn't tall enough.
Yeah.
It was a quad workout.
That was fun.
Metropolis, the Justice Guild, Justice Lords, Batman.
Oh damn, it's 1:30 a.m. in Chile. Well, hey, thanks for being here with
A
us.
bunch of mainstream DC Comics universes, a bunch of live-action 70s shows, Looney Tunes, and it
Just whistled the
expanded
BTAS
universe,
theme.
all of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all of the Ghostbusters, and even Scooby-Doo. I just didn't even know that the
Scooby-Doo, Maddie. The Starro me is laughing like.
Damn, 5:30 a.m. where Danny is. Shit.
Oh man.
Well, thanks for being here.
Who the hell are you?
He's British.
Oh, okay. I don't think I knew that.
You guys should review the Indiana Jones Adventures comics by Ethan Beavers when the new movie comes out next year. It has serious DCAU vibes.
These rules are for
Interesting.
mortals.
And you can like multiple things.
That's like
This
yeah. This is like the second time I've been shirtless on the channel.
Can I do the next bit?
First time being the Teen Titans Go
Both mollusks.
Teen
One
Titans
where Scooby is
review.
gingerbread and Batman has a radish for a head.
Verse.
And another.
Where this comic is fiction.
Yes? Does that mean that's the same real world as all
We
of it?
do not know. Troglodyte. There are so many real worlds in this overcrowded spiderweb nightmare. It's impossible.
We tried to canonize that all the real worlds are the same
Why is it
real
so
world.
bitter? That's
When
Game
we
of
finally get to our real world.
I have never
You're gonna hit
which would have
YouTube's
already
time limit.
which would have already popped us in the.
We also got a few versions of Batconnections. Just
YouTube has a time limit on live streams. We did a 24-hour stream. I don't see how we couldn't do this.
They seriously canonized that show
Unless they
as a
changed it
different
since then.
universe just because of Shaggy's shirt color?
Additionally, this series brings multiple Hanna-Barbera properties into the mix.
Though, that just means that versions of the Hanna-Barbera characters exist in this universe. But also, Teen Titans Go!
What? Teen Titans.
I heard Teen Titans.
Dibs. I'm Teen Titans guy. Robin from the episode where he goes to prom with Killer Moth's daughter.
I had to write that joke in because I didn't have a good Robin costume.
Which is kind of funny given like how we covered that earlier.
Yeah.
2006.
It's still going.
Now, technically, the version of the Teen Titans Go Titans that show up in the Scooby-Doo team-up comic can't be the same Titans from the Teen Titans Go cartoon, because when Mystery Inc. shows up in that show, Fred says he just met them.
Gee, I've just met them, but if I had to guess, they could be friendlier?
Yes, what is it?
Couldn't that mean this is just a different version of the Scooby Gang, but the same Titans? Or is it like you said, where there's a version of these Titans in the Scooby-Doo team-up universe and another in the main Go universe? Or does it mean that they're both different versions meeting for the first time?
You don't get to ask any more questions. Let's call the Teen Titans Go cartoon the Prime version of the Go Titans. These Prime Go Titans meet the 2003 animated Teen Titans in the crossover movie Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans.
Versus.
I have one more question. Yes, the Teen Titans Go and Teen Titans Titans are different Titans.
The hair on Teen Titans, James, is a wig that I did put some gel in and try to style, but it only did that, so probably that's the best we can get.
Could argue that be Trigon for a great time. Throw again, how else would Trigon know about these universes if not for their existence? Have this conversation with your friends for a great time.
We're lucky that we couldn't connect it far enough to hit Transformers. Who said that we couldn't?
We stopped at a certain point on purpose. There
And
we go.
Beast Boy from the intro theme, as well as new versions like the Go Titans dressed as the new Teen Titans, and lastly, the Protein Titans.
Actually,
what is it? Star Trek James?
Why do you assume I'm Star Trek James?
The ears, dude. You're clearly Spock.
Excuse me? This is how humans evolved on my Earth, and I'll thank you not to bring it up again, as I'm very sensitive about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed.
I'm just kidding. I am Star Trek James. What I was going to say is that the Teen Titans Go crew does not consider that movie canon to the show. And trust me, I know my canon versus non-canon animated series. I think.
But, I mean, even if there's 3
Will it canon Star Trek?
Titans now, the other stuff,
With,
like those Batman,
with your dad hosting it.
Star Trek James.
anyway, and with that in-game style portal scene, there's like a bunch of copy and pasted regular Titans there as crowd filler. So maybe
People kept saying that scene ripped off in-game, but like it didn't. It didn't. It was in the works long before in-game was like anyone knew anything about it.
Teen Titans Go up into all of this.
Ben 10, Mattie?
Zoinks!
You guys remember that OKKO cross and range?
God, I tried to just like do a high voice for this.
Robotomy, Firebreather, Secret Mountain Fort, awesome. Clarence, Over the Garden Wall.
What is
Jor-El's brother?
Who the fuck is Jor-El's brother?
What if that's like a spin-off from Superman? We're just on Krypton still, and like Jor-El's brother is the main focus.
Get on with it.
Oh, yeah, shit. Among other shows already listed off here. But also, Samurai Jack was part of that
MCU
too.
invented portals, yeah.
Actually,
I swear to Odin, this elven half-breed.
you know all those Cartoon Network shows you just listed? They're not really all individual new universes.
please? I actually know this one. Fine. If you need me, Shazam!
Oh!
We drop.
Okay, so there's an episode of Powerpuff Girls where behind the amazing world of Gumball, we got an episode featuring characters from Clarence, Uncle Grandpa, and Regular Show.
So you're saying that, like, out of the 50 or so shows that I just listed from Crossover Nexus, 10 of them are the same universe?
I guess so.
Wait, but wasn't there an episode of Evil Con Carne where they forced the bear to watch Powerpuff Girls? And wasn't there an episode of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends where one of the imaginary friends was literally Mojo Jojo? That doesn't make sense if...
With how many Cartoon Network crossovers are interwoven, can we really count them all as canon?
Ha! Don't even get me started on what's canon and what's not.
Well, I mean...
That's a callback, too.
All of this is. These are all line items, properties owned by
I
corporations.
think the Marvel Mattie costume
Things can
changed
always
like
be
4
crossed over
times.
if
It
they're
was
owned
going to
by
be
the
this
same
T-shirt I
company.
had of all these Marvel
Doesn't
characters,
necessarily
but
mean
then
they've
the
always
T-shirt was
been
too
in the same
small,
universe
and it had a
together.
big green
Or that the
Hulk
versions
on it
we
that we
see in
could
the
use.
crossovers are the
And they were
same
just like,
versions we've
well,
been
I don't
following for the
know,
rest
what
of
do
the
we
show.
do? This Spider-Man
the
shirt's
Jimmy
too
Kimmel
small
Power
too,
Hour
and then it was just,
specials
I
on
guess just do
Nickelodeon.
no
They've
shirt.
established that there are 2 separate universes accessible only by portals, even though they're on the same network. Looney Tunes is a cartoon in Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, but Batman is a cartoon character in the Looney Tunes universe, and even sometimes shows up in person. It's whatever the parent companies want to do. We don't always have to take it so seriously.
Batman and Harley Quinn. I purposely put them next to each other.
Or is it outside like all the CN characters?
Are you two getting tired? I have been tired since 3 o'clock this morning.
I miss those commercials.
Here we are.
Oh, we're in this
Hey,
room.
that's you.
I do not know where to go
Hey,
from here.
hey.
Everything just
Wait.
keeps expanding.
I don't remember filming this. What is this?
There's the Ninja Turtles.
What's going on, man?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Look, never mind.
I'm
that
in the
we've
same
already
shirt.
Connected both the pre and post-crisis DC multiverses to the DCAU and all that other stuff. Have you seen
I was
this
wondering if I
villainous
should bring over the
show?
vanishing
That's
point
that
thing again
Spanish
today,
cartoon.
and I was just like, but why?
It would be in a spot we couldn't see
Yeah,
anyway.
Somebody.
Yeah, that's it. I
Yo,
started
Levi
looking
mentioned-
at it because it has ties to the crossover nexus, and it's got
Right.
cameos from Joker and Sinestro from the DCAU, stuff like that.
Okay.
For a while, everything was all well and good, just rehashes of characters we've already seen. But then I got to this episode.
Edgy
Guide for
Outsider
Evil
says you looked
Conquest.
amazing as
And you want
Harley.
to know what I saw?
Hey, well, thanks.
Do you want to know what I saw? They reprogrammed the Omnitrix from Ben
My friend
10,
Micah,
which
who
were
does
crossover
video
nexus
stuff as
connected
well,
other universes,
filmed this
and now
part
we have characters from Flintstones,
in like a
Space
office
Ghost,
style with
a
those
fucking
occasional little
Dalek.
zooms
Those
and
are
whip
the guys
pans
from
and
Star
stuff.
Wars, right?
There's all the fucking multiverse costumes.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. The
No,
multiverse
they're
video
not from Star
costumes
Wars,
are on
they're
the
from
rack in the
Doctor
background.
Who. Do you know how many different timelines and alternate universes?
Because we're still
are in
writing the
Doctor
video.
fucking Who? It's never gonna end. You've seen the tweet from the OKKO creator about
That
how
window.
every
It's right there.
OKKO
Oh my
alternate
God.
universe that anyone makes, even the fans, is considered
That
canon.
corkboard wall is so different right now.
There's no possible way we can list everything. And even if we did, the powers that be would just turn right around and make a live action Crisis on Infinite Earths that resets everything, or a Space Jam
they did do
sequel
that.
with computer
Well, they did
servers
do
full of
that.
parallel
Hey,
realities.
they did
or
do
a
that.
Batman comic that kind of takes place in the DCAU but kind of doesn't, or a Justice League comic
they
where they
did all
meet
that.
multiversal doppelgangers.
If none of this
How?
has happened yet,
How are we
does
supposed
this
to
video
possibly
take
do
place
this?
in like
How are we gonna
2019
see
for the real S's too?
Oh shit! Yeah, why?
What if we write ourselves into the video?
What?
Yeah, we get real meta with it. Do what they did in that Scooby-Doo comic earlier and just write ourselves into it. That way, the viewers will know exactly what we're trying to get across, And on top of that, we could even help get the characters out of this whole white space nonsense and put them back into the main storyline.
We can do that?
I think we just did.
I feel like I had to twist your arm a little bit on that idea.
Getting us in, yeah. Again, I think even at this point it was like a, oh, but this is gonna take so much time and blah blah.
No, and
But it's good.
yes.
We're the real yous, the ones that write the videos.
Huh? Every tree branch on the timeline has to have a tree trunk, right?
This was a Ben 10 reference, yeah.
Trunk.
Wait,
Yes.
wait, you guys can get us out
So
of
was
here,
the
right?
start of the video where Castiel says like, there are many dimensions, many Earths, blah blah. I mean, oh, I totally understand now. That's
Look,
like
you
exact
could just write
lines
a
out of
script
Ben
to undo
10.
all of this and send us back home.
Yeah, of course. That's why we're here.
Grant Morrison method. Yeah, we did actually try to channel Grant Morrison a little bit in some things.
I mean, the white space.
Oh yeah, like there's a lot of Grant Morrison and Alan Moore like all throughout this, just between like the Doom Patrol and the Watchmen of it all, which is actually really interesting because like over the time of making all this stuff, Grant Morrison's become one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. Right, they're great.
Just give it a minute.
Totally insane part of my brain that wants to make a big crossover multiverse map includes the totally internal non-crossover multiverse. Do it. If takes place before BTAC release, why is James wearing a Hush LOL shirt? That's a good question. I guess maybe it doesn't.
Dr. Manhattan's Ted.
Oh shit.
You mean you called him that when you wrote the first video he was in, right? Oh, yes, technically, originally. We made the Manhattan.
See, we got the little
character.
widescreen
Sure,
bars on
he's
this one.
based off our friend Ted, of course. Ted even played him in a couple
Real
videos.
Ted reference.
But something happened. I don't know. We put Manhattan through a kind of personal crisis. Before
A crisis?
we even had any idea what was going on.
Manhattan went rogue.
Whoa.
He was this white space,
It's the Adam
this space
theme for Manhattan. It'll pop up several times.
We put him here, but he broke free somehow.
The way we were writing him, he was supposed to learn that continuity isn't infallible. That no matter
He actually,
how hard you
Adam
try,
wrote the
that
music
you're
for
never
Batman
gonna
and
get
Harley
anything to
Quinn
work
before
100%.
writing this music because
There
we
were
had
always
the
gonna be
intro
problems,
footage
always
already,
issues to solve.
and
no
came
one
up with that little
solved them all, but
Manhattan
he
riff
wouldn't believe that. It was like all of
motif.
this was driving
And then
him
we used it in
insane.
this video
Over
to kind of
time, he kept
foreshadow
bringing in
Manhattan
more
stuff.
versions of us from across the multiverse. James here, Mattie there, all coming to the same conclusion about
Manhattan
the
turned into Rogue.
fragility of continuity.
All we could do was watch.
We no longer had control of Manhattan.
He must have put some kind of barrier or something around this place. Keeps us from, well, being any help at all. God damn it, all we did was get ourselves stuck here, you asshole.
How was I supposed to know?
So, where is Manhattan now?
We don't know. He wouldn't accept that continuity isn't perfect. Couldn't accept it. He had to make the discovery for himself, and well,
Went rogue,
once
X-Men
he
confirmed.
finally did,
I forgot.
we haven't seen
The
him since.
Ghostbusters me in the background is just inspecting,
That's not
realizing
even
his
the
gun
worst
is made
part.
of like rubber.
Near as we can tell, every time
Wait.
Dr. Manhattan pulled one of you,
Hey.
one of us, from their home reality,
Y'all
every
pay
time that
attention
a
here.
pairing
Pill and
was to
Daleks
fail
here.
him, he would then destroy that reality. Winchester database. No,
Yeah, I should have said by Odin's Fade.
you can't be serious.
Deadly. Toss me the remote. Take a look for yourself.
Help! Help!
My gods. I'm sorry. Then how do you explain that?
How do you explain that?
Yo, who is that?
Who's that?
Who's that?
Your YouTube channel, Jay's Reviews. Well, all right then.
Are those?
Let's get to it.
Is that perhaps a
Is that a Zeta?
robot?
Is that a Zeta?
A Zeta?
Are we looking at a Zeta here?
I don't understand.
What are we looking at here?
A Zeta?
Our world.
But that's not us. What is this?
It doesn't make any sense.
We're standing right here. Who is that? This is an added layer. I thought all the James and Mattie universes were erased when Manhattan...
Aye, well, this one isn't. Chugging right along.
With whatever imposters are.
I don't know. It's making
If
a
our
hum.
world isn't
I don't
gone,
like
then
it.
we can get back.
It's
There
weird.
has to be a way to do that.
You may want to go home. I want to find this Manhattan asshole and stop him before he destroys any other worlds. Who knows where he'll end up
Who
next?
knows?
Yeah, let's get him.
Who knows what Poison Ivy video he'll end up in next?
I mean, I guess you could try using your time travel powers to get out of here.
There was a shot we forgot to film right here where you're supposed to go, our what? But it actually works better with just staring at them.
How long have you had time travel powers?
Since the...
Also, in those wide shots, me and Mattie are in the wrong spots. It should have been flipped. We stayed like this, but just turned around individually to face the green screen. But so you'll see it here. We're still that way.
Think real hard?
Detected a temporal anomaly as soon as we arrived here. The barrier that this
is pretty
Dr.
sus.
Manhattan placed around the white space. It seems to disrupt any form of tampering with space-time. He must have known of the Matties' abilities. A safeguard protocol.
Freddie, like, yes, I agree.
Kind of would have been a bullshit Deus Ex Machina anyway.
That's a reference to something that you will see later.
You started this whole Watchtower Database storyline.
Have you not been
by reality.
listening? I don't know what to do. I have no control here. I never even thought James would let me get this far.
If that ain't the fucking truth.
I don't know. You could try using all of your time.
I was
travel
literally about
powers
to say
at once
Catherine
or
Zeta
something. Maybe
James.
that would be enough to open up like a portal to get
Ted
us
and
out of
I
here.
were working on writing a spec script that we wanted to send into WB for a Harley Quinn episode.
With Zeta.
Where Zeta was going to show up and take the place of Catherine Zeta-Jones.
It totally sounds like it'd be an episode.
Yeah, we've got the outline all written out, and it's great. We just never followed through. I think we were just both dealing with some personal stuff at the time, and it ended up getting us kind of on each other's wrong side for a second.
I have
but
no idea if this will
maybe
work.
it's
I was
worth
just pulling
revisiting.
that out of my ass.
It's as good a plan as any.
Definitely the
Ready, Matties?
best part of the video here, I think. There's a lot going on.
Just like the Force.
Just like Star Wars.
When you were pitching this part to me, I was just like, I don't know that this is gonna work.
Well, you didn't really like the whole use the time travel powers to make a portal thing, but I felt like the ending was like a little anticlimactic without some like huge story thing happening. So
Yeah, well, I also like. I was also still aiming small. I think.
yeah.
Because remember when I took the first crack at the draft for this, was like
That's it.
early
Hold those feelings. Cling
coronavirus.
to them. By my calculations, due to the
Right.
Matties' uncertainty, this rift of pure energy will lead us all directly to the Prime Earth, the one the main story Mattie is from, round about a few years before that one disappears. It's not ideal, but it'll work.
Earth designations.
Loud and clear.
I wouldn't have figured the white
Comrades,
space had space time to mess with
Once
in
you're
the first
through
place.
to the other side, you must hide in plain
well,
sight. You cannot interact with the Mattie and
so we
James
haven't
without
revealed it yet, but the white
You
space
must
isn't all that
integrate.
it seems.
Make your own
We have
videos
some
about
ideas to go on
Ready
with it in the
yourselves for the
future.
coming battle with Dr. Manhattan. When the time comes, you'll know what to do.
What's happening? The portal. It's
I feel like
The
Ben
rift
10
is unlike
Matty is
anything
just
my
like
tricorder
in every
can read,
appearance is
like
high
nothing I
to
nor
different
anyone else
yeah.
has ever
like
seen.
fucking
Degrees,
degrees.
Dear God. What? Unless the Matties can maintain it,
This is
it'll
the
collapse in on
crossover
itself,
event of the century.
destroying the white space.
Send them through. Send them all through now.
They're running, all of them are running. Such limited space to run in the living room.
Yeah.
Someone has to stay behind to keep the portal open for you.
Damn, I can't believe we're dead.
What are you doing? We can't make it. There's not enough power holding the rift open.
All of this effects here at the end, I had no idea how I was going to do them until I just started trying to do them. All the particles floating around, the portal stuff.
Didn't we like just slump down in front of the green
we just
screen
went like,
or something?
Yeah. Damn.
Hold on. Are those what I think they are flying around?
It will.
What?
And it always has.
I mean, they look like shards of reflective glass to me.
We shattered the mirror. Yeah. This was also a really good reveal, even though we had talked about it a little bit already. But like, oh, we're finally fucking doing this video.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ.
Evil Dead background.
We had been teasing this one for 5 fucking years.
This is Zeta Project music. It was the first little, like, if anyone catches this.
Yeah, I've had Zeta Project notifications on eBay for years now, and it's almost always just the fucking DVD
Yeah,
sets.
over and over.
Over and over. And I was just hoping that maybe one day I'd find some of the stuff that Bob Goodman ended up giving us that we talked about earlier. I'll show you a bit of that in a second if you weren't here earlier. But so the eBay notification went off one day, and it was a fucking Emmy consideration CD.
Oh, yeah, you have it.
Yeah, it's at my house. And we uploaded it, and nothing caught copyright. So.
Yeah, I uploaded the entire soundtrack, and none of it got copyrighted because the YouTube robots don't know the Zeta Project soundtrack, apparently.
Yeah. Also, when that Zeta merch I was just talking about. So for Zeta Project, we're real excited about it. We worked
Zeta Month.
For Zeta Month. We worked directly with Bob Goodman a little bit. He did a lot of like comments and explaining behind the scenes stuff to us for one of our videos, and he also sent us a shit ton of Zeta merch that we had never been able to get our hands on, including something we didn't even know existed at the time, which is this beautiful Zeta Project shirt. It's got the WB shield on it here. It's got a Zeta right here on where your breast pocket would be, and R.L. Stein's wife ran a t-shirt printing company, so it's got the little Goosebumps logo on the tag. It's a real cool piece, an incredibly rare DCAU piece of merch, and Bob was very kind, hooked us up and helped us where we needed help, and just real excited for Zeta Project.
There's a lot of cool stuff
for Zeta Month to just like have his involvement at all. We're getting Ted?
We're getting Ted in for Ivy and Batman Harley Quinn. That's all that's left.
I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick while he's hopping in.
Yep. Christ on Tours, Will It Can turns 4 in November. Damn. Oh yeah, that Zeta Project theme remix was Ted's brother Joe made that for us. He also did like the remix. I asked him for a Zeta Project theme remix. He did more of like a recreation of the theme song verbatim with his own instrumentation. That's what's at the end of the Batman Harley Quinn timeline video. But Joe also did a legit remix of the theme, like different musical styles and stuff that you'll be hearing throughout Zeta Month as well. So as soon as Ted gets in here, we will add him in the call, and we'll watch Poison Ivy story segments and then the Batman Harley Quinn story segments. And then once those are done, all I have left to show you guys is a wee little sneak peek of Zeta Month, and then we're done. And here comes the Ted. Here comes the Ted. Here is a Ted. He is in the live stream now.
Oh shit.
I'm back.
From outer space.
On a scale from 1 to Ted, if you had to say that you were Ted, how Ted would you Ted?
Probably Ted.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, easily.
We're starting Ivy now. I don't know if you're watching from YouTube or from the stream, but I've started it officially.
Okay.
I'm also going to skip around to the... You might as well watch the stream, because I'm going to skip to just the story segments.
I've got to see
Oh,
my Justice
okay.
League versus the
Oh, I've seen
Five
this one
timeline
recently. I
goes
don't need to hear it.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna watch all the Batman and Harley Quinn one.
I think we're also going to skip to the story segment, which isn't skipping a lot, but it's still skipping some.
These are fresher on the mind.
There's probably a future me running around here
Well,
somewhere.
what where are we at right now with time? It looks like you've been streaming for 11 hours.
Almost 13 hours.
Oh wow.
Impressive. You will finally accept Batman and Harley Quinn as part of the DCAU? Wait, what's this footnote?
Will it canon? That is the question.
Oh my god, I have to go back.
We're doing the recap.
Yeah. You got the stream up?
You down here?
I do.
Sick.
Program rebooting.
Initiating
Initiating
Will
Will
It
It
Canon
Canon
in
in 5, 4, 3,
What is happening? What is happening?
It's so cool to just see all this
It's all
stuff
a lie.
together.
Yeah.
Mistake.
Like after how long it took for us to build it all.
I was also just thinking while I was peeing a minute ago that Batman and Harley Quinn only came out a week ago. It feels like it came out so long ago, the premiere of the video.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
It's probably because it's just been in the works for so long, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you've watched it so many times.
I sure have.
We've all watched it so many
Yeah.
times now.
I've watched it a lot.
It's great. It's got replay value.
Sure. Has taken root in the present is from the Snyder Cut. Oh, hey, the one who watches, thank you. I still have some money lying around for my birthday on Friday. Felt like sharing some of my birthday money with you guys because you're awesome. Thank you. You're
That's so
awesome.
cool.
Stock Ted.
Why get bogged down in
I
all
think
the negativity?
Levi sent $2 earlier with like a "See you later, Ted" or something. Like
Oh,
that.
yeah, I just barely missed that, yeah.
I don't think I got to talk about it earlier either. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
And that's the. Have you already talked about how those are the Zeta?
Yep, the Zeta
lines.
grid, yeah.
The grid. They're in the background. That's great.
We finally catch up with the end of the Fatal 5 timeline, like 3 years later. This is the one that I had to film 2 years prior and reset my desk exactly how it was in that video.
Hello.
Oh, Levi says $2. Hi, Ted.
What is this?
Thank you, Levi. Making more money off of this stream than the average video.
Probably.
It doesn't
more,
matter. Energy.
more Evil Dead here. If you've seen the Evil Dead movies, you know that like the first time the spell's said is off of a tape recorder.
Yep.
And we kind of aped the script for that and kind of switched it around some.
How long has...
So weird. It might be this desk, it might be the arm, I don't know.
James has forced me to live within this basement ever since.
The little Zeta icon just popped up in the stream for the super chat. I love
Yeah.
that.
Oh, Zeta? Were you talking about Zeta?
I have been instructed against my will.
This is all filmed in Brian Maneely's house. Brian of Yappy Dudes podcast. Jump on the Bat-Wagon.
This was like.
Oh,
when
little really tiny Easter egg. The keyboard sitting there was donated to me by my friend Eric, who was the same my friend Eric who was the only Patreon vote to vote for the Justice League PokeRap membership video that usurped getting this Poison Ivy video at that time. So it's the same guy.
Another lore bit was whenever we decided that we were doing the renovations to the basement renovations. Around that time is when we were just like, okay, and that's how Mattie has this secret lab to build Data James is the renovations.
I
Mattie
want to
cut
see
out
like a house
in
plan.
his whole room.
A house plan, yeah.
Yeah,
I think I
like
said
a
that
map.
when this was premiering. I was like, good fucking luck ever trying to map what my house looks like.
Yeah.
There's an attic over a basement, shifted over the second room in the basement. I do like also in the beginning of this when I hear Maddie's voice, I run out of my office. Then you see my feet running down my wife's mom's house stairs. And then I come through the door that's about 2 feet away from that office door.
It's movie magic.
to end up in my old apartment.
Yes, exactly.
Which is annex of Brian's house.
Yes.
You'd never know.
And then I
You'd
walk
never
through
know.
Brian's house.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Successfully synthesized.
What? How did Mattie get my DNA?
The DNA was easy enough to.
It's very Dexter's Lab, and the same sort of idea of like, how did he build that?
Yeah, the lab in the house without no one even noticing. Yeah, it's gigantic in there. Yeah. The poison ivy vagina with teeth plant that's embedded into the top of this binder was not actually there. It's all 3D tracked onto the binder.
Oh shit! I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And also, all these notes were not on these pages. They're also all 3D tracked onto the pages.
Until we get to the part where you made me write.
I was
the notes.
wondering about
No, that's
that.
also tracked onto
Oh.
here. Like I'm not filming the pages.
These
Yeah.
are my notes from back when I watched and read every.
Was
single
it just
DCA
blank
Poison
paper?
Ivy.
Yeah,
blank
because I
grid
didn't know
paper?
what it was going to be yet, so I just filmed the
Yeah.
paper. Yeah.
Maddie must
That's
have
cool.
stolen them from me. Hidden them.
I don't
down
even
here.
remember. There's one that I wrote in binary,
hell is
but I
that?
don't remember
Yeah.
what it was. It was just something like, "I hate James."
Yeah, yeah.
Unraveling all this must be hidden within Poison Ivy's story.
Canon.
Slick.
So if I'm gonna find out what happened here, I too need to
Did
document
Canon sponsor?
this.
Can you sponsor this?
Will It Canon, sponsored by Canon.
That's kind of a perfect fit.
I told Ted, or not Ted, Adam, the other one. I told Adam to put the Ivy music in there. Yeah.
Expressed his views on the opposing.
All right, skipping to the end
I had
now.
in the end, and continuity comes second.
But there's a whole video in between.
And even if
Yeah,
the creators of
but
this
we're running out of
content
time.
were right to
We really
do
have to
this,
finish this up.
get under a rug and move forward,
Yo, hey,
analyzing
next
it
one I
all,
heard video starts at
one
14.
giant bundle of
Oh, yeah,
information.
that's that way I
The
can just
only way
skip
to
that,
even
yeah.
try to answer
Just
the
skip all
global
that,
question
yeah.
we've all had on our minds.
Skip all the work that Coral did.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Coral.
We have some April Fool's timelines that we've been thinking
It's
about.
almost my obligation.
I don't know if Dexter's
to attack
Lab
it,
would be
because
in
I
there.
also know for a
I kind of
fact
wanted to do a
that I
Powerpuff
am
Girls
the only
video
person alive
to time with the
Atlas
CW
Shrugged.
live
But then it got
action
canceled,
show,
yeah.
but yeah, it got canceled, so it's probably not
knows.
gonna happen.
Yeah, we got Baby needs to go to bed and Maddie needs to go to bed, so we're trying to get through the end of this. as
I
fast
am
as we can.
Baby.
Ted needs
whoops.
to go to bed.
Wait,
I don't remember these
here's my notes.
pages back here.
There's all
No,
the
it wasn't
binary.
canceled apparently.
Yeah. I think someone started figuring it out, but I don't remember. Yeah, see, all these pages are
Wait,
also
wait,
3D
wait, wait,
tracked.
wait, wait.
What?
Pause it on
What?
that. Pause it on that.
On what?
On the one where
Oh,
you fucking put
yeah.
a huge coffee stain over where I drew a Zeta.
Yes, you did. The shape was too obvious. There's a Zeta head in red there.
Is it
and
a
also the
boomerang
smut?
Zeta?
Yeah, and the smut box on the right there.
Yeah, so,
which
you
said
know,
smut on it, but yeah.
Take that as you will.
Yeah. The ramblings of an insane person. How could there possibly be Zetas in a Watchtower Database video?
This is
No.
Maddie's handwriting, formulas, equations. I'm no scientist, but I'd almost say they were trying to hone in on how.
We all
Ivy
need to go to
cloned
bed. Ain't
herself.
that the truth?
Maddie was
We're so close to the end.
recreating the experiment.
No,
Oh, it was Ellie. Of course it was Ellie.
By following the guidelines of Poison Ivy's character arc in the DCAU, I have managed to create a digital
I will say
replica
Coral
God,
did
I
a really
was-
good job on the rest of this video that we skipped. So I'm sorry we had
And
to
the
skip
Ben
it.
10 one, too.
Yes.
Data James.
This was a lot of fun. Finally having happened. There's all the purple again.
Yep, on the grid and in the sparkles.
Yo, he looks more like Star Wars James without those arms there.
I flexed for that. I'm so strong. Windows startup sound.
Yo,
That's
is that
perfect.
Brian Maneely?
That's Brian Maneely's shoulder right there.
Oh, nice.
That was me falling before, but yeah. Anything that has me obviously in the shot, the other me is always Brian. That's Brian's hand with a fake ring.
There's those feet again.
Oh yeah. Same James from the end of B-Tac Will It Canon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
What are you?
A copy.
A fictional character. I use a lot of lightsaber sound effects for this, which is pretty obvious, I think. And it's the same kind of effect you would see on like the Emperor holograms and stuff like that. From
Oh,
my
yeah.
hand.
Nice.
I researched a little bit of exactly what they did to make the shadows so deep and stuff for that.
I like the flicker
Yeah.
of it.
Maddie's not here. I don't know where. No. Listen, Maddie did this.
Brian.
There's Brian's hair.
My structure, it's failing. Outside of
Scratch
the
says,
program.
Mr. Strucker, I don't feel so good.
Just listen to me. All that stuff
I'm like
typing
10% transparent here, which was really hard to do because we never got a clean plate background. So I had to take frames where I wasn't, like specific parts of frames where I wasn't covering just that part of the room and like cobble them together
Oh.
so that you could see through me. And same thing with seeing me through me there and Brian's hand through me and stuff. That's all using frames that were not actually part of the footage. They were just like blooper reel essentially. But I think it helped a lot with the,
Oh shit, Ian Watson's here.
This is sad.
Why is this actually sad? Because
we built it up for so long.
Well, not just because we built it up for so long, but because we specifically wanted to when we started putting plot on this video, we wanted to do the death of Ivy from Batman Adventures Volume 2. And we don't do it exact, but it's
a
very
heavy
close.
reference, yeah. This also is another not filmed in the same room at the same time thing. There's a doorway there, so we just in the doorway to Maddie's garage. So we filmed Maddie in that doorway, and then all of the stuff on the far left, all the wall of Brian's room is 3D tracked back onto Maddie's wall to make it look like.
Also, my facial hair is not the right.
Yeah, it is. No, it's fine. It's good. Yeah, and we used the
Data
same
James
lights
is a beloved
and everything.
character. Yeah. Data James almost got to be
a real boy. So too bad.
The one who watches says, I wish Data James had a happier ending. Like, just have two Jameses running around. Not like you don't already have more than necessary anyway.
Right. Yeah.
That's very true.
Carl says, I edited this shit and didn't get the parallel. Well, now you know.
I thought we were friends.
Every time a James dies,
Seinfeld?
Ted gets a hat.
So much of building our story was like taking elements of whatever we were covering to like be able to.
It made it what it is.
Yeah, point it to where it was going.
Jesus Christ, James, who is the villain here?
Wait, you can't tell me you didn't enjoy it. You got to talk about cartoons and watch Batman all day.
There's more to life than that, you jackass.
I know that.
Do you?
Oh shit! Do I? I don't know. I want to see the holes.
It was 2 years ago, James.
The clone thing crosses a line.
James, you have no idea how unimportant that is right now. I've just been to the future.
Every time a James dies, a Ted gets his hat. This is the second James that died.
Yeah.
We are credited with the entire fandom finally accepting it as part of the
How many
DCAU.
Maddies have died?
Look,
Star Wars
I got a
Maddie,
screenshot of
real
future
Maddie.
Wikipedia.
I think that's it. Maybe.
And just one dead Ted. So I'm winning.
There's a Maddie that's a decapitated head in a jar.
That's true. We don't know what that one's about yet.
You're alive though.
About
Yeah.
Batman and Harley Quinn.
Or
For now.
For now.
Maybe.
Oh my God, James, just listen.
I love this ending. I had the music and the shots in my head planned for this for so long.
Basement even have?
The reveal.
Yeah,
of
this
the
is
smoke and
fucking.
everything.
Ah, God.
Who was my foot double?
Oh yeah, Greg. Brian's roommate Greg are your feet.
Yeah,
but
so
this
these
is
are
you
not
in
my
this
feet.
shot. That's you in my living room against the green screen.
Right.
This is Greg's feet. With big black tape on the back to hide the logos on the boots. You can see it in this shot.
where you spin around.
Yeah.
The camera spins. I'm amazed how that works.
Yeah, I was happy that worked out. That's green screen and not also Ted not in this room at all. But yeah, this next shot was green screen, but mostly not even green screen. It's just my living room, and then I 3D tracked Brian's house into the shot. Took a big 360 orbit shot. But yeah, I love that ending. Yeah, we're here. We're finally here.
Every time
Harley
Data James said it's multiple
Quinn.
choice, I think of Sandman. Sometimes we could choose the path we follow. Sometimes our choices are made for us, and sometimes we have no choice at all.
That music there is really cool too. That's a mix of the Batman and Harley Quinn theme and the Will It Cannon theme.
Soon.
June, then soon, then now. Now. It's time for the last one. Last one, baby.
We're here.
We're here. And here we go.
Cue it up.
Come on,
I'm like
James,
5
you can't
seconds
just lock
behind
me
on
up
the
down
video.
here
It's
like
okay.
I'm some kind of
That's
Jedi.
okay.
Let me out of the basement.
I'm cool with it.
All the stuff. I love this previously also. All the logos.
James has forced
What's
me to live
Deadite
within this
from?
basement against my will. To
from Evil
create
Dead.
Evil Dead.
content or
Oh,
else
it's
suffer
some
the
kind of Deadite? Okay.
consequences.
Locked
Do you
in the
mind,
basement.
like, helping
Oh, I
me?
see.
Will you let me out of the basement if I do?
I mean,
Had to have
I'll
all
pretend
the
that I
spotlight.
see.
I
the fame.
understand.
Welcome to a new segment we're calling Will It Cannon?
It's enough to push a person to the brink of insanity.
Yeah,
And
it
to
does.
manage to create a digital replication of James's body and consciousness that I call Data James.
Initiating Will It Cannon.
Hey,
in
not
5,
the real yellow
4,
buns.
Why does Deadite sound like a
What is
slur?
happening? Can anyone hear me? I think I found a way out.
We could just watch this recap and saved ourselves 13 hours.
Right?
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
5 minutes, 13 hours.
Same thing.
What the hell is happening to you?
Y'all are troopers.
Help me!
We're sweaty is what we are.
Where am I? What is going on? You've entered the white space. You're still in the book, but not in the story. I am beginning
I hope
To
Maddie's
lose
got
it.
a comfortable chair. That's what started this whole thing was the chair.
Yeah, this one's pretty decent. I was gonna try to pack up my own chair, but it doesn't fit in the rental.
the big guy nabbed us all out of our home dimensions. Brought us all here.
Travel in time. No.
How does fictional?
I'm lucky Prime Ted has been able to avoid a lot of these shenanigans.
Yeah.
From these videos.
Yeah, you've
I'm
just
like
been hanging
referenced
out,
a little
yeah.
bit. Yeah, but I'm not really.
I think it was a really nice thing, honestly, to like, oh man, Ted hasn't really been involved in these very much. And he's like the writer of the group. Like he should have been in this more. And then we're just like, okay, he's the dark side now. He's the anti-monitor.
It was really difficult trying to like figure it out at first.
Driving him
But I'm glad that we did because it helped make everything just pop.
Agree. That was cool.
reality.
It was a lot of fun to play the villain.
Ted,
Had a
asshole,
good
and
time.
stop him before he destroys any other worlds. You could try using all of your time travel powers at once.
The portal.
Does Data James have a silicone soul?
Destroying the white
Uploading.
Send them through. Send them all through now.
Wow, Blind Prophet, you're gonna leave the live stream to write a college paper?
No, they already did, but now they're back.
Oh.
Just in time.
Well, welcome back.
I've got
I
to
hope
send
you
out my
get me on the
Justice League
paper.
versus the Fatal 5 timeline
Yo,
notes.
there's that verse again.
Hey, remember when we watched all these videos throughout the day?
Plot twist. Prime Ted saves us all.
I'm gonna pee.
Just wait till Zeta Month. That's all I'm gonna say.
You'll end up a head in a jar, just like me. People finally accept Batman and Harley Quinn as part of the DCAU? I have to go back. God damn it.
Now that I can see things clearly, it's made me realize canon. Why get
Y'all having
bogged
fun,
down in
Matty?
all the negativity?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the drive home, but you know, otherwise, it's been a fucking great time. It's kind of pointing out how like everything fed into each other.
It's fun. Yeah, it's like you kind of wrote
All that stuff you
the
were typing
videos
to
to
me
end
there,
in a
it
bit
all
of a
makes sense.
cliffhanger
I was
that
like,
allowed you to jump right back into it for the next one.
Absolutely.
But also kind of like write your way into
choice.
a nice
You
wall
choose
and then
your
figure out a new direction.
Man,
What is it,
there
Aaron?
A lot that I've got to catch you up on.
The clone thing.
Aaron's watching me.
James, we make
Is Aaron in the room too? Aaron's got to play Baby James at some point.
You and I have to do this together.
This is ridiculous. I'm out.
We could do like a Mandalorian arc and have
I was-
baby James and
Go ahead, you two.
I was saying it'd be really funny to like send a laptop back to the past and just have Aaron be the Willet Cannon James, but if he's dead, then you know doesn't really leave a lot of room to.
You could do like an Ant-Man thing
And now the conclusion.
Yeah. Star
just
Trek.
turn him into just turn James into a baby for a little bit.
Oh hey, there's better
We could do a kids stuff episode.
Yeah.
You gave up the right
better
for me to
facial
listen
hair.
to anything coming out of your stupid mouth when
All
you
right, the
copied
new
me
stuff.
into a computer.
And see how
The little look down at his head. Yeah.
Welcome, James.
My ID says 5'8", but it's probably 5'7".
I'm sure it's not. Yeah.
So we filmed all of this inside of a Mason's lodge.
Yes.
Which was kind of crazy.
It was a little creepy in there. But luckily, the guy that worked with us was a Portland actor and had done a lot of filming, and he's also a huge nerd Batman fan.
And
So
what was his name?
His name
His
was
first
Quinn.
name?
His name
Which
was
is
Quinn.
kind of perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he
It was meant to be.
was a pretty decent guy. Like he wasn't weird at all to be in there with him.
Did you get us on Punk?
Although I can't speak for
He
Sissy, who had to
understood.
be in the room with him the whole time.
He
But it was
understood
a
what
lot
we were
of fun.
doing, sort of, as much as he could.
Yeah. But yeah, like we full on like
That-
paid
that Punk
for this
reference was,
location and-
They say
oh
you
yeah,
created the man
Ashton
to
Kutcher,
end all
Kurtwood
wars.
Smith.
That was all that was all
Ad-libbed.
ad lib. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Yeah.
That's.
I forget, did it take us exactly 2 days, or did we bleed over into a 3?
It was just 2, yeah. But it was all like go the whole
There's
time.
Robert.
Yeah, it was.
God,
Yeah, a lot
we
done there.
we remember when we thought we might have to take this
Oh
out.
my God, let's not even. That was a horrible day.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of fun.
I have spent my.
Yo, was that
There's some
McFarlane?
meatballs,
It's
doesn't
Matty
it?
with IE is the answer.
There's Matthew Manning, the writer of Batman Ninja Turtles Adventures. There's Susan Eisenberg, the voice of
that was-
Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Rich
Van
Fogel,
Manning was in his basement.
the writer of many Justice League Unlimited episodes. I think even Superman the Animated Series. Monica Kubina, the colorist of Batman: The Adventures Continue, coloring issue #1. John Trumbull, who is a DCAU historian and an artist, and Dan Reba,
Who's
the
Dan
director
Reba?
of everything.
Something that
Except
I
Zeta
could
Project.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
directed Zeta, the episode of Batman.
And he didn't work on this movie, but
No,
the Batman.
none of none of these people in this did.
Yes, no. They're just our friends.
They're just our friends.
And there's Eric Krosko, the writer of Justice League versus the Fatal Five.
Versus, you said?
Yeah, which is interesting that he's in here because he hasn't written the movie
Yeah,
yet.
we're just
at this
showing
point.
he's watching this. Yeah. Everyone's phones in the whole world got taken. The Sonic reference there.
Yeah, I fucking love
Of
Sonic.
course I do, but they're not working right now.
There is no escaping from this, my friends. A judgment will be made on this day.
You do have time travel powers. I remember wanting to throw in a joke there that didn't make the cut. That was kind of like, we all have time travel powers. Every second of every minute,
yeah.
we travel forward through time slowly.
Ooh, I like that.
One
I don't know why I
Direction.
didn't like.
We're all doing it right now. You
like
and
the-
Maddie have time traveled
Yeah.
13 hours today.
We sure have. 13 and a half almost.
I looked inward for the answers
Jessica,
until the mirror cracked.
Just letting you know we're on Batman
I
and Harley
observed
Quinn
the
now, so
fabric
we're
of
not have
space
much
and
left.
time and found only more
We're
and
skipping
more
to just
questions
the story
to answer.
segments.
more problems to solve.
We can do it. We can make
the
it.
Internet's leading masters of animated continuity will
Show me and the world how it all works. How it all can.
Yeah? Or else what?
There's that Manhattan theme again.
Oh, is that my theme song?
It is.
I didn't know I had a theme song. Wow, I learned something tonight.
Yeah, it played in Multiverse when he first gets started talking about, and then in the start of this.
As we speak.
I felt so good about this CG render of the city. I was like, it looks a little bit like low res, but I think it'll work. And then the only comment on it in the live chat of this video was, "Oh no, not Google Earth." And I went like, God damn it.
You have your answer by then. All is well.
This was Jace Griffin, who was working on a lot of CGI for By Reality, did the Earth shots in this.
Well,
yeah, they look cool.
Let's just say it won't matter anymore.
He did the Zeta Month logo and the Poison Ivy logo also.
An answer
Nice.
to what? One, you're being vague as hell. Two,
May 9th,
how are we supposed to
2019 was a
answer
really busy day for us.
canonicity?
I know, yeah, this is the same day still as all those other videos.
Flythroughs, Teen Titans, Will It Canon, Fatal 5 Timeline, Adventures Continue, Will It Canon, Planter Person, and Batman and Harley Quinn, Will It Canon, all on the same day.
This is
Yep.
how we do it.
Yep.
But really not a lot of time travel powers.
I wonder if like all the clocks line up.
That's why I removed the clocks in the background of this video. Yeah, there's VFX in almost every single shot of this video, even if you can't tell. Behind Maddie's head on the wall, there was a clock, and I removed it from like half the shots in this video because, of course, the clock would change times that didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
There's also a bunch of masonry logos all over the room on the windows and on the chairs. There's one there that was barely worth getting rid of, and there were a couple signs on the wall too. And then of course there's the George Washington painting at the front of the room that I put Manhattan's head on instead of George Washington.
I love that. Thank you.
But yeah, there was so almost every one of these shots, the clock removed from this shot and a symbol.
Imagine
and the George Washington painting, real quick, was the thing that appeared on Dan Reba's screen, right?
Yes.
So the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that was obvious. Also, all those cameras weren't there; those are also added in.
Danny said, "Imagine how much of a pain it'll be to stream the whole story. You're next." I imagine we would just start after Batman and Harley Quinn, Will It Canon, and just let like everything speak for itself. If there was a Sonic Mattie, what would the costume be? The costume would be fast.
Gotta go fast.
Is there a single Mattie or James interested in Transformers? Good question. The multiverse is vast.
One.
In the multiverse, yeah, somewhere.
Data James' creation is a reference to Manhattan and Watchmen? No. The only reference to Manhattan and Watchmen is Manhattan.
Let's watch this part here.
Well, and some of the dialogue that is said like at the end of previous videos are like Dr. Manhattan lines that were kind of retooled.
Yeah.
Here come the judges.
It's all Brian either way.
All Brian. One costume.
At the beginning of this video, I say like, believe we've made the man to end all.
Yeah, you have Manhattan quotes all over the place.
That was a funny little gag.
Yeah. We're already risen.
First witness.
Yeah, I like that part.
Kurt.
Court.
I was so happy that this came out.
That wasn't
And
intentionally a
this
Judge
is-
reference, like the new Batman.
Yes,
Adventures
correct.
Judge?
I completely didn't even think of it as a Judge reference to New Batman Adventures, but then they just look exactly like the Judge.
So we'll take
And we got this thing that you guys probably joined me for on live streams.
Kurt canonizes us as part of the DCAU
Correct.
multiverse.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Godzilla does
as far as Heart Cannon goes, that Kurt is the same Kurt.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
That big group shot was fun.
Yeah.
I liked chiming in and being like, "Put this kid," and like some of them you can't really tell,
No.
because it's a little too dark. But it's still
Just like the original.
Yeah, exactly.
Timeline person.
How quaint.
You know they did it that way to be like, well, if some of these obscure characters
Yeah.
are in a movie, they might look a little different.
Yeah.
Kurt is so freaking impressive, just above and beyond what I would have expected.
Yeah, so the judges, like, when I bought the wig, I'm like, okay, they're just going to be like shadowy figures. They were going to have like a big cloak. I had the cloaks there. We're going to have a cloak with a hood and everything. And I think there was some other costume piece we didn't use. And then we just stripped it down and went like, oh, this looks exactly like the judge from New Batman Adventures. Then on set it was on purpose, but it wasn't originally supposed to be that.
Wait, what was that?
The code on the paper is the in Watchmen the day that Dr. Manhattan becomes Dr. Manhattan. Yeah. That was Ted's idea.
Well, you're always sometimes you ask me retroactively where you're like, we have these numbers like 4, 3, 2.
Well,
2,
yeah,
4.
there's
What
something
could
else
that be?
coming up.
What Easter egg could that be?
Yeah, we got to make it
It's
an
like it's
Easter
just
egg.
numbers.
No. Everything has a purpose. Okay, we're gonna skip through this.
During and shortly after.
Yeah, in the closet, forgetting that old security blanket you used to sleep with all the time and just wrapping yourself
Stop
up
opening.
All right, I think we get your point.
You have something to add.
I love the combined Watchtower Database logo at the beginning of this. That kind of cycles through every single one.
Yeah, the
It's like
arrows.
in front of the video.
That's a lot of fun for sure.
Ooh, something's going on between those two.
Oh, V's here again.
Dumbass.
I definitely thought that was an intentional shout out to the judge.
Yeah, no, that's what I was just addressing. Was it became one? Yeah.
James Strecker, I do everything else on the channel.
Hey! I post on the Twitter.
You believe you have evidence against your opponent's insurmountable case in Bruce Timm's favor.
I do, Kurt. Can I call you Kurt?
No. Thanks, Kurt. Skip. Only watching the story segments because we are low on time. Skip. No, Baba.
Production floors, corporate phone calls.
Bruce Timm was nowhere to be seen.
I see your use of the word corporate and raise you one use of the sentence. Can I come back to the bench and talk about
I would
it
love
for
for
a
Bruce
second?
Timm to see this video.
I
I
know.
feel like
Of
this
all-
is
of
the
any
perfect
video,
one
yeah.
for him to see.
Nah, that's all bullshit, man. What even is this place?
I want Grant Morrison to see this video.
You're not a real judge. Is this guy
You
even
need to read the
real
new
at
book.
all?
Maddie, may I remind you?
Good.
Time is of the essence.
Jason Stevens, who voices Kurt, he's a professional voice actor and impressionist, and he did all the Kurt dialogue. But then when I was on the final edit of this, I'm like, can you come back and do a bunch of like kind of stuff for the little moments? So there's the gasp at the end and stuff like that. This growl that's about to happen.
Sit
Yeah.
You want to pretend like this is some big stakes.
And it's amazing that he's able to like gasp as Kurtwood Smith. I don't fucking understand. That's just air.
It's pretty impressive.
Shapeshifts his throat.
Hey, what is that tattoo in Easter egg for?
McLeod.
Shouldn't it be on the other hand because you're the mirror?
Oh, maybe.
Continuity error.
It's a stick and poke tattoo I got about over 10 years ago from some friends. I had a band for a minute called the Clouds of Reason. And then about 4 years later, I took it to a professional to round off the corners because some of them were really jagged and looked really bad.
Right.
So they rounded off the corners and added these 3 dots to create a sort of comic book word balloon. Sometimes I'll write a word in the cloud, or I will draw a guy here, whatever they're thinking it. It's a nice interactive tattoo.
This whole line is 80 yard
It makes sense. It does.
because the mic was way too far away from me.
Who else would know better?
Everyone but James used to be in a band. No, James was also
I was
in a
in
band.
several bands, just not the same kinds of bands.
That's right.
How do you explain this?
Mine was kind of a
Pop-up
folky
trivia special
kind of thing. I
feature
played
on the Superman the
guitar.
Animated Series DVDs that mentions Teen Titans as part of the DC animated
Oh,
universe.
no.
That ain't correct.
Oh, cannons.
Boom, a Comic Con panel from 2005 that said Brainiac attacks.
Only
was gonna be
13 and a half hours stream still going. No big deal. Hey, Dylan.
movie. That
Hey, Dylan.
ain't correct.
Every now and then
This
we
DC
really
promo image for the
This is
Batman
such a
movie
ridiculous
to
thing.
give,
This
to
actually-
give the people the content.
Fucking boom! This was the like one of the very last things we added to the video was that that cannon is out of control.
It wasn't even necessarily going to be for this. Maddie just found it like, oh, we have to use this in something. And we're like, I'll find a spot.
Throw it in
It
somewhere.
worked with the booms.
animated universe. The fans, the guys and gals upstairs can use it all they want, and we'll eat that shit up like it's going out of style. Because, frankly, it is. The DCAU had its day. We can let it rest. We should
The butt
let
shot.
it rest. And you want to
What
know
about
why?
Vixen's
Because
two
nobody
butts?
is keeping track of things
Vixen too?
anymore. Do you know how
No.
many continuity errors there are in Batman and
What's up,
Harley
dude?
Quinn?
Dudettes and non-identifying
Yes,
version
I
of
did a whole
dude. Sorry,
Banshee
I'm
Point
super
episode on
high.
it.
Yo, I wish I was that right now,
Well,
but
there's a
fucking,
lot
I
of
gotta
them,
drive
and they
home in a
all
little bit.
suck. Henchmen in the henchman bar who make no sense to be there when
Hello,
they
Dylan
You
Power.
should have been skipping this. My bad.
only being 10 years ago, bat vehicles from the wrong era, Nightwing's hair length.
Maddie's haircut in that last clip with the green shirt. That had to be from a really early
Internet comment sections are
Vanishing
telling me
Point.
on every video we make.
Oh
You
yeah.
have a point, Mr.
I think it was like the
Whatever
third or
his
fourth
point
one.
is your hattedness. It doesn't matter because
So bored.
even though the media pay attention to
I'm doing it right now.
Oh my god.
connected to it, sure
We've been here for
comics.
13 and a half
You
minutes.
want to talk about comics?
Yeah.
Yeah, our only time limit at this
So,
location was the light coming in those windows.
Yeah.
Getting darker and darker, and you can kind of tell in the video, like, it gets less and less harsh coming through the window. And skip, 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 skip,
I think
skip,
it
skip, skip, skip,
stays pretty consistent.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It
around.
changes, but
It's around now that it starts getting a little yellower in the room because there's not as much white light coming in, like bluish light coming in from the outside.
Right.
Oh, we missed the potato potato.
Potato potato.
Potato, potato.
What? Nobody has ever said potato like that.
Now that was the what about Harley's two butts?
Is that an actual question?
This music underneath this is so funny to me. Yo, we met the woman who was responsible for putting the boob punch
boob
in
punch,
the
yeah.
in the movie. The storyboard artist who did it, and
Oh,
she
really?
was a delight. Brianna Cherry Garcia.
You think B-Task was all serious? All
We've got a cool interview with her, don't we?
Yeah, from Emerald City Comic Con.
Exhibit.
Critters, my dude. We released this the day before Critters' 24th anniversary.
Yeah.
You should be very familiar with that concept, Mr. Strecker. And I didn't even mention other entries in the DCAU. Mixius Pixelated, Monkey Fun, Superman's Pal, This Little Piggy, Kid Stuff.
We had nothing on the projector screen.
Yeah,
that
that's
was all
true.
added later.
Zeta. The Zetas are probably like freaking out in their fucking
Zeta?
shorts.
They talk about Zeta? Yeah. They're shitting their pants in the seats.
That's right.
Yeah, someone had mentioned during the Patreon watch through, like, oh my god, that would have been so much easier to do practically. Why didn't you just use it, like, actually project stuff onto the thing? Like, we didn't have a projector. Like, it's easier to do it this way, honestly.
All I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And in that way, you could also
Do whatever, change it.
Yeah.
The trial never ends. The end is never the end is never the end is never the end.
That's a Star Trek reference also.
I don't know what else to tell you.
But this is no excuse for laziness, surely.
Maddie. Airplane reference.
What? The writers of Batman.
Usually they don't have pianos in the courtroom.
Yeah, it was a
Big
little,
thing.
it was just kind of there.
Right.
This is an otherworldly courtroom.
Court's not really like a music sort of environment.
They weren't in bands.
Don't we gotta like tell the whole truth so help us God or something like that?
James, you produced an issue of the Legacy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Farmer Brown being in Space Jam was a delight.
Yeah.
That was like my favorite thing of the whole entire movie.
It
That's true,
contradicts
that was
any
funny.
canonical explanation of that event.
I mean, just it being the DCAU and DC World was a good choice.
You
like,
imprison me.
oh, let's
to
use the
keep
90s
track of
one.
continuity and
It's
then
'cause Space Jam.
completely throw it all out the window if it contradicts any story that you want to tell.
Okay, you got me. Especially with
Again,
the
all
tie-in
those
comics,
windows
I do
had
not have time
masonry symbols on them that I had to remove.
Didn't you add something to one window?
No, the stained glass above Ted.
Oh. Do we get a good look at it at all?
I think so, yeah, during the other word. Hammer coming down at the end. Adjacent.
Adjective. Next to
Skipping this part because of time. Jim Krieg.
Yeah, I mean, if
Jimmy
you've been
Krieg.
watching all day, like you get the argument at this point. I
Yeah.
feel like.
If you happen
That's true, yeah. We've gone over this. We've already done it, Batman and Harley Quinn Willie Kent.
Defending against this movie's canonicity.
your little
When like I know we brought up a lot of this information over various videos, but
pro canon.
Yeah.
That was a line Ted redid in his apartment because somehow it didn't get recorded on set.
Oh,
yeah.
Dylan Pollock is saying that being directly addressed was freaking Dylan Pollock out because the video is currently ongoing, but Dylan Pollock is interacting with it, producing further addressing directly of Dylan Pollock.
All Kurt and all those judges were not there.
This is so funny.
I didn't know what to do with my left hand as I'm walking. That's something I'm always
What did Jim Creek mean?
Masonry symbols all over the wall removed.
Another instance of...
Oh no, I'm sorry if that was actually... It took me a second to understand what you were trying to say there. And once I figured it out, I was just like, oh, being jokey would be funny. But if it wasn't, my bad. Oh, hey, the Cronus timeline.
I had the screen turn off behind Mattie there on purpose so that the next shot I wouldn't have to track it coming from behind the laptop there. And the track was not holding in this shot for some reason. You can kind of see the judge sliding around a little bit, but it is still good.
Different from each other.
It's fine.
Although the extremes are quite distinct.
Can Dr. Manhattan change his size? No, actually.
It's not a stretchy guy.
Not a stretchy guy. Confirmed.
It sounds like you might not have read or watched the whole video on your own, so I'm going to suggest checking that out later then.
What?
The comment about adjacent.
Jason Takes Manhattan would have been a bit better here. No?
Also, the term canon adjacent never happened. The term adjacent happened, but the term canon adjacent did not.
What's up, Doc?
Pretty reckless of you to just waltz into the Prime universe like this. You leave behind a bit of a stench.
Yo, I can't wait for Zeta Month either. I'm fucking stoked.
I love everyone
with the shotgun pump.
Yeah, individual.
Yo, Jason should have took
here.
Manhattan.
Batman has a bat.
Here's well, this is our second Amazo reference in this video. We did the mirror cracked earlier, which was from Justice League Infinity.
All our universes
Also, that's
gone.
Ben 10 Mattie in Harley's clothes.
No, that was Harley.
Is
That's
it?
Harley. Yeah, you got the crazy face. Ben 10's the one with the high
Oh,
eyes.
okay.
I simply moved them to other dimensions.
Gotcha. Yeah.
They were in my way.
I simply moved to...
Where the fuck am I?
We just have
after all day watching these.
We just have a Starro hanging out in our universe now.
I love that scene.
Bye-bye, everybody. I was watching Spider-Man No Way Home on my other monitor while working on those effects, and I didn't know how I was going to make it look, and then I looked over, and that was happening in Spider-Man, and I went, oh, that. Okay, I'll just do that.
I don't think we had a Superboy Prime reference. Did we have a Superboy Prime reference?
Punching the reality, but not really, no.
The mirror cracked sort of thing?
Yeah, that might be, but that wasn't intended to be that, yeah.
The ultimate puzzle.
That's just the same sort of like cosmic glass thing that DC does sometimes.
This guy's been playing us the whole time.
That is the question, Ellie.
The Star also sent back
That's
to
the
their
question.
universe.
That's the question.
James, that is the question.
Here he's just moving Earth.
You're right. I am just moving.
That is the question.
Now we got both storylines of James and Mattie
Into the sun.
finally together.
Come again for Judge Fudge?
How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
The tattoo's here.
Why are we talking about Batman and Harley Quinn? It's been years already. Why
That
is
version
this
of me is just
relevant?
like,
That's what I said.
I was just trying to get Jay to like watch Epilogue. What the fuck am I doing here? How did I get here?
Lesson, old man.
Can't be done.
We have been up and down this road long enough. My master
They catch on
apparently
pretty
sees
quick.
some sort of use in keeping you around. I pray he has good reason.
They have the only interaction with Manhattan before
What did
this.
you guys cover already?
directly.
Bruce Timm saying it's canon, Bruce Timm not being reliable, WB and DC saying it's canon, them not being reliable.
The courthouse is a Mason lodge in the town I live in.
Himself brushing those issues away, those issues not really being issues.
That is a thing about it. Like, it's on the opposite side of the planet, but it's also, but it might be, you don't see the outside of the courthouse. It might be on,
if Bruce Timm does.
well, I guess there's American
It's
flag.
literally the last sliver.
It's kind of in a white spacey place, honestly, because you see the energy out the window. So
Yeah, that's a.
It's just protected in a little bubble until the very end.
Hey, laptops.
Hey.
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 Clock ticking.
Oh, here we go. Going to that humor and 8 members say
University. I feel like on it. This is Bruce's thing. I gotta give it to him because I'm just gonna own up to it.
Dad, you are like 10 seconds.
I'm bummed that we couldn't. That like this video was.
I know it was a video that was on a comicbook.com page, and like I found the author of the article, and he said he was going to send it to me, and then he just never did. He just started ghosting me. So I'm like, okay, cool guy. So
you have? Not important. What I'm saying is
it was
that
very
we've had
helpful,
a lot of
but then
time
it
to
wasn't.
think about what all the other us's in the white space were discussing.
No, you took off specifically to finish this stream.
I know some of those words.
Yeah.
Star Trek James said it best.
I know it. I know it's true.
Fictional universe.
I think the portal comes in at a really good moment to help like break the monotony of the,
Oh yeah, for sure.
There are no
gives it sort of a big like, oh, is this about to turn into like a big action movie? No, not really. Okay. It would have been fun to have like a super powered fight scene though. That would
yeah, there was definitely that's my only like regret of this video is how quickly the multiverse S's just come and go. They're just here and then we're gonna fuck you up. But it's also kind of funny that they're gonna fuck him up. Not really. Goodbye. You didn't destroy our worlds after all. Okay, can we go home then? Yeah. Okay. Bye.
It's almost better that way, right?
Yeah. We got the important ones here. It's not what this video's about. This video's about Zetas.
Speak his mind.
Exactly.
We shall make
Is
our
this
verdicts known.
a video about Zeta Project?
This better be about
Better
the
be
Zeta
about the
Project.
Zeta
Yeah.
Project. This shirt better be about the Zeta Project. You can buy it now.
Teespring.com/store/DCAU Watchtower.
Yeah.
Teespring delivered my poster for the
Nice.
Batman Harley Quinn poster.
Yeah, there's a Batman and Harley Quinn poster you can get on there too.
Oh yeah, I need to order one.
I need to get one.
I
Yeah.
gotta put it in a frame. I'll take a picture of it once it's on the wall.
Did you get the big one or the little one?
18 by 24.
Perceive it as
That's the little one, I think.
only then
Maybe.
that
It's
something
the middle side.
Fucking Ted just slumping down.
Yeah.
But really,
It's almost like the sort of Wonka.
somebody's head.
What, Ted?
Fiction is only
Well, the
brought to
earlier
life
board
by
thing
yeah.
is like the cheeky Willy Wonka.
What do you do?
The creator of said art can only do so much. It takes us to accept the reality.
What are you waiting on?
This show, this concept, will it canon?
Be so.
It doesn't act as judge, jury,
Hey,
and
there.
execution.
Just Ted.
It works. Does the possibility exist that all of our combined understandings of a fictional world will align and function?
This shot of
together?
Ted, for whatever reason, the compression of the camera, your face like went whoop, 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 in the shot.
Oh, really?
And I was like, what the fuck? Like I watched it so many times, like what is happening? And I eventually had to just take a still frame of your face and track it onto your face for the entirety of that shot so it didn't do that. I have no idea what the hell was going on there, but I was like, I can't leave that in the video. I hope so.
Yes,
We
absolutely.
are tired. They are tired. Tired of looking for new ways to say the same thing. Tired of deferring judgment to each other. New entries in the DCAU are never going to feel the same as the old. We're not children anymore.
I fail to see your point.
My point is there
I love the
is
shots
no
of Kurt
point.
where
We
the
can't
camera's
change
also
anything.
moving a
All
little
we can
bit,
do
a
is
little
accept
handheld.
what
It helps
is
like
and
lock
hope
him into
others can do
the
the same.
world.
So you're giving
like
up.
that, yeah.
No, Kurt, we wanted the good doctor to come to a positive conclusion. We want Batman and Harley Quinn to be DCAU canon.
But you don't get to decide what is or isn't canon.
That's a good shot.
Does
Yeah!
circle about this stuff for forever. This person said this, that person said that,
Bruce Timm is in charge. No,
I'm really glad this whole section here spoke to a lot of people.
I was not expecting it. I wrote this when I was like so fucking high.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the best philosophical mindset.
And I sent it to James. I think I was either watching like Dragon Ball, which explains why I was thinking about continuity, or I was watching Steven Universe, which would explain why I was in my feelings.
Yeah.
And I just wrote it up high as shit, sent it to James, and James was like, yeah, done. Let's put it in.
It's like 90% the same as it was originally.
Yeah, I think it was originally going to go to the Earth J me because there's a joke about us being fictional characters.
Right.
That, like, I kind of wish could have stayed in some capacity, but it's great how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't the sort of ending speech get sort of cut up between you and James?
Yeah, it was originally all me. Like, it was written by Mattie mostly, but then it was on, like, the idea from the start was that, like, I think it was like Mattie and Kurt arguing, and then I do then who does, and do this whole part, and then my next part also. And then when Maddie's like, can I have the part that I wrote at least? I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And then it breaks it up so where I didn't have to memorize this like 10-minute thing or whatever. So yeah, it's better this way.
Agreed. Say hey real quick to Edgy Outsider.
Hey.
Thanks for the hello. There will be another video soon, like the Shadow video.
The Shadow video.
Oh,
the Shadow. I see.
Dragon Ball is the continuity show. I mean, so Dragon Ball's got like all those non-canon movies that are still kind of canon to the anime, but not to the manga. But there's all these holes in them, regardless.
Why that smile between characters was more than just a smile.
It really is a fantastic monologue, says Danny. Easily Maddie's best acting, at least in the story segments.
The first guy never even met the second. It means something because it's these characters, and we saw why it's important.
But it's not, is it?
We're finally on the same team again.
No.
How many videos has it been that y'all have been opposing?
At the end of the
day, what was the question?
The like us being on opposing side, like opposite, like enemies. Most of it, because as soon as I shove them in the basement,
frenemies.
History, but it's just that fiction. Sure, imagining what it would be like if it was real. It's a blast, absolutely, but
oh, cooler. I see.
In the end.
I was really happy to see someone in the live chat here saying like, oh, he got what Data James was trying to say, and I'm like, yes, and you got what we were trying to say.
Exactly.
You choose your own.
I'm very happy with the reception to this video.
Yeah, it's been great.
Die at peace.
Just how long it took to get here
is long enough to see yourself become the pieces.
I've got the pieces. I've got the air. Quick, put the pieces.
Ted becomes the pieces.
Upon the whim of murderers.
Truly, we exist at the whim of murderers.
Last part doesn't make a lot of sense.
Just go.
Was that like a foreshadowing to the Zetas coming up?
No, I don't think so.
Like, I don't remember why we put that line.
I think it's just a Dr. Manhattan quote that felt ominous, and that's why I put like that last part doesn't make a lot of sense.
As the writers and producers.
Yeah. It's sort of a real us
It
reference.
is clear that you care a great deal.
Because Manhattan would be aware of them, I guess.
And future of the DC animated universe.
No, I wouldn't lock anyone in my basement.
This is where I usually skip
I can't
to
afford a
when I'm
basement.
watching.
Yeah, I
like to
skipped
watch
to
the
this. I
end.
just watched this.
Right
a lot
about
here.
here.
Yeah, so the stained glass above Ted was completely different. It was a masonry logo. I changed it to the Crisis on Infinite Earth's cover, which is the Earth with all the heroes around and lightning and stuff.
I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
So you can see it there, the Earth
Yeah,
with all the lightning.
yeah.
Oh, that is pretty neat.
That was Maddie's idea, I think, to change it. I think I said like I want to change it to something, and it was Maddie's idea for the Crisis cover.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
I love that.
Here the fuck it comes, baby.
We need to add Kurt to the Facebook banner.
Yeah, we will.
We need to add Kurt to the wiki.
That's true. Every time I die.
God, I'm so fucking hyped.
Attention. Remain where you are.
We kept this a fucking secret for so long.
This YouTube channel is now under the control of the Synthoids.
It was nice to finally see the social media post this
I'll never get tired of this. Yeah.
This is a Thor Ragnarok reference. James wrote that. Fuck.
Be continued.
Are y'all about ready to see a sneak peek? Oh yeah, we got the all your bass reference in there.
Joe Kendrick remix.
But yeah, I'm so glad we were able to get live action Zeta going on. James had those like the actual costume for so long for his movie.
Yeah,
but
not for Zetas, but other robots.
Bought a Zeta head from some metal worker or something along those lines.
The guy that made the bot costume. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and fucking like. Once the metal head came in, I was just like, holy shit, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Like, that was like years ago now.
We had that head long enough ago that we showed Bob Goodman on the 24-hour live stream. Okay, last thing we're going to do. Thank you for joining us here, everybody. I'm going to show you a quick sneak peek of the Zeta Month intro. It's not going to be everything. But I do want to just show you a little bit infinite. Oh, hang on. Let me get the right display here. This one. So this is, I think I want to just show you the whole little opening here. So I'm going to show you the first. This is the first 5 minutes of Zeta Month. Are you ready?
Are y'all ready for the first 5 minutes?
And I'll tell you now, the audio does not have any of the robot effects on the dialogue. Any of the stuff I just recorded with Coral 2 nights ago for one of the characters is not in here yet, so you hear my voice as a stand-in, and the music is a little too loud. But I want to show it to you. So you 37 people in here get the sneak peek.
Nice.
And whoever watches the 13.5-hour stream later.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. But here it is.
I'm equipped with a built-in credit card. I can generate as much money as I need.
Mike Toast, congrats on making it through the stream and hyped for Zeta Month. Thank you, Mike. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, it's missing sound effects, too, so it'll be a little empty here in a second.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Crisis, baby.
He gets killed how Kurtwood Smith does in RoboCop. That's what that is.
Oh, God.
So I'm missing a bunch of sound effects here.
God, this was a pain to try to...
Yeah. Broke the laptop.
Oh, there's the laptop. Yeah, we did break it.
Yeah.
Sent back. Without Manhattan around, it spells are breaking. We're going home.
Got it. Yeah.
I'm about 5 seconds behind
This isn't
y'all.
what we wanted.
I go back to Earth J,
Yep,
and
I don't.
James is dead.
Oh, my dead body does, I guess.
What are you doing?
God, fucking getting that table to move.
I know, that was like a 3-person job.
It was. It was so heavy.
Activate Smotherbox.
Yeah! The payoffs. Oh, my God. We're doing some Thor 3 stuff there too, or Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I didn't want to cut my hair. Again.
Oh yeah, this is.
Is your hair longer now?
I guess it is. I tried to escape the boom tube using my time travel powers, and I guess the wires just got crossed somewhere.
It did feel terrifyingly kooky in there. It was worth a shot, I guess.
Smut her, I barely know her.
It is weird that it only affected me, though, and not you.
Yeah, that is weird.
That's the only.
Didn't have any lasting effect.
What the hell is this? This looks nothing like home base. Infiltration Unit Jake, explain at once. Where have you brought us?
God, I wish Jake was here right now.
The coordinates match perfectly. It is as if...
Stand-in voice.
Wait.
Yes?
Sir, I am sorry. The location is right, but the date is not.
Excuse me?
Sir, when we left the courtroom, it was Gregorian 2019. We intended to boom tube to take us to the future, but instead, it is 2022.
It matters not. We will simply transport to the future and continue on schedule.
This is
Are you
Brian's
Jake?
voice.
Plot a course. Execute boom tube on my
Yeah,
mark.
one of them is named Jake.
Sir, the box is not responding. She is inactive, drained of temporal energies.
No lasting effects, huh?
What did you do?
Me? I was really excited when I saw Zeta-looking robots show up in the courtroom, but then y'all started killing everybody. So I tried to escape. It's been a long day. Sue me.
It has been a long day.
Yeah, a really long day.
Despite
this Zeta
IU
shots look
Jake's
so good.
buffoonery,
thank you.
Our plan is still in motion, and it will be completed
Here it
without
comes,
further
baby.
delay.
What plan?
Y'all ready for this next part?
Yo,
I
oh
don't
shit,
think so.
is it gonna show it? Is it gonna show it?
Shall we begin?
Oh, this! Fuck yes! Fuck
And that's where we will be stopping tonight.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
pretty great.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. That was the first 5 minutes of Zeta Project. If any of y'all
Zeta Month.
Yeah,
Wait,
first,
you're on
because
3
I'm
hours of
3
sleep
hours
or
of sleep.
something.
But no, that was the first 5 minutes of Zeta Month. If
Yeah.
any of y'all missed it, you can rewind the stream at some point.
Yeah, I'll post it on Pod
But this will
Tower.
be on Pod Tower, yeah.
Yeah, I think I want to do just this one more time.
Oh shit, the fucking...
Now,
It's got Zeta Project music
shall
in it too.
we begin?
God, these are beautiful.
I know.
I love the Wonder Woman one.
Yeah.
That almost looks exactly like the fucking one that I always said looks like Green Lantern. Was that the basis?
What? Oh, it's just drawn in the same pose as the yeah. I really love I was just literally like replacing the files of the drawings of the characters with the Zeta drawings, and then I realized that it would be much funnier to just leave all the accessories from the other characters.
Yes. You were
So,
right.
yeah, it was good.
You were
okay.
right.
Yeah, you said like this would be this is peak '90s character if he had like a sword. or
Honestly,
something.
like
Yeah.
give that Zeta a sword and he'd be the coolest fucking 90s character ever. Like, and make the sword be on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have something to film in 12 hours, so we really got to get off of this.
Yeah, it was great hanging out with all of y'all
Yeah.
all night.
I'm so glad I got to be a part of it too. They
Yeah,
had me
I'm-
on, off and on.
I'm glad you were able to drop in, Ted.
This looks
Fucking-
better than the actual Zeta Project system. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want to keep Ted on here. But yeah.
Look at that. When I say it's been a long day,
it's been a long day.
All
That's
those
the
videos
day.
happened in the same day.
Yeah.
But geez, yeah, it has been a long one in real life too, and I have a 30-minute drive home.
Yep.
So I think we need to call the stream.
Yeah.
You all have a lovely evening.
Yeah, thank you so much for everyone that donated during this too. It's really cool to see the fruits of our labor sort of paying off when people are like, "Oh yeah, hey, that was really good. Here's money."
Yeah.
Patreon.com/DCAU Watchtower.
That too.
We've had a couple of you join up during the stream, so thank you.
Emmy says, "I missed the last 30 minutes, but that was so fun. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Did not intend on staying the whole time, but I'm glad I did. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Can you send a shout out to
Where? What?
Diablos do Inferno? We're a group of fans from Brazil.
Hello.
Hello.
There it is.
Goodbye, database. Have some
Yes.
sleep to catch. Be safe, Maddie. Thank you. It's been lit. Love you all.
Yeah.
It's back. It's been lit. Love you all to you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, James and Mattie, for doing this.
Oh, I mean, thanks for being a part of it. We couldn't do it without you, Ted.
Without the doctor.
Hey.
Manhattan.
Hey, we should work on that Harley script at some point. I was talking about that earlier. Someone said Catherine Zeta James.
Yeah.
Earlier, and I was like, hey, we should go back to that. Tell us the name of the first video we just saw.
That's actually the prologue coming out in October. There's a few more minutes after that just recaps all of the the Zetas were actually here the whole time. Here's what the plan has been and everything that's been formulating up into this point, which is also worth catching.
For the Kurt Revival fund.
Yeah.
It's essentially
Danny dropped a couple too with no message. Hey, thanks, Danny.
Like a prologue.
Yeah, that was the prologue. The first video of actual Zeta Month in November is called "What is the Zeta Project?"
Yes.
And that one I already have almost completely done. So
yeah.
Well,
And that's also the one that Bob Goodman did.
Yes.
Did notes for us on. And something that I will say, because I mean there wasn't room to put it in the script after the fact, but I do have a part in the script where I mentioned that the Zeta Project holds parallels to LGBT stuff. And when Bob was going through the document, left notes in a lot of places, but didn't touch that
part,
didn't touch that. So
and watching through clips of it again, doing the edit, I'm like, yeah, it's all there.
so maybe next Pride Month or something we'll drop an extra Zeta video there or something.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I mean the floodgates are open after this, so yeah. But okay, we gotta go sleep, and thank you for joining us, everybody. Bye, Ted.
Y'all have a good one. I need to get home.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Showtime, everybody.
Engagement.
I probably have a hot mic on still, but yeah, bye.
That means everything.
Don't forget that.
You heard it, folks!